This Fox Sports 1310 update is brought to you by
the Shamrock Marathon Weekend. That's right, the Hewlin Shamrock Marathon Weekend is back March 14th through the 16th. Come find your pot of gold at the charming Virginia Beach oceanfront. This 3-day event features the Hewlin Shamrock Marathon, Anthem Shamrock Half Marathon, and the Town-Baked Shamrock 8K. Claim your spot before this epic event sells out at shamrockmarathon.com. That's shamrockmarathon.com. In WNBA, we have a retirement. That's right. Deanna Taurasi, the leading scorer in the WNBA history and voted, quote, greatest of all time by Leeds fans, announced her retirement Tuesday after 20 seasons. In college basketball, sorry, Josh Prey, but Georgia withstands number 3 Florida's comeback to topple the Gators. Georgia guard Blue Kane sank the go-ahead three-pointer with 47 seconds remaining after number 3 Florida took its first lead by scoring 13 unanswered points, and the Bulldogs beat the Gators 88-83 on Tuesday night. In NFL, Jason Peters, the 9-time Pro Bowler and 2-time first-team All-Pro, has decided to hang it up after 21 NFL seasons and is transitioning into a front office role with Seattle, which Seattle's GM John Schneider said Tuesday. And also NFL, the Commanders' defensive attacker Jonathan Allen has seeked permission to seek a trade. He's one of the Commanders' top players since the team drafted him in 2017, but he has become expendable for a few reasons. More on that and plus college basketball. Also, what happened with Luka in his game against the Mavericks. More on that with the Morning Drive with Johnny D. We're powered by Coach Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310, 100.9 FM, and we're streaming live on YouTube at Coach Sports TV. Let's get to the show.
broadcasting live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D. Powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310.
Hey, Hampton Roads. Good to be with you. It is a Wednesday edition, a hump day edition, a hot take edition of the program. Awesome stuff. 6:03, 39 degrees this morning in the 757. Great to be with you, Johnny D. Suave J-Lo, the Morning Drive. Fox Sports 1310 AM and the Fox Sports 1310 app. I'm having microphone issues this morning. Hold on a second. I'm trying to readjust. I got both hands on the microphone this morning, trying to readjust, get the positioning just right. Because Suave, it's all about positioning.
Absolutely.
To try to do this.
Positioning and angles.
Positioning and angles. That's what this radio program is all about. It's all about positioning and angles. Great to be with you. Hey, the X, we're up and running at Drive Johnny D. The Pacer Payroll poll question's coming up here in a little bit. Also, you could follow us on YouTube this morning at Cova Sports TV. We appreciate it if you click that subscribe button, hit the like, put the comments into the comment box. Every time you put a comment into the comment box, every time you hit that like button, every time you get somebody to hit that subscribe button, Suave could feed a family. That's what it comes down to. That's my PSA for the show for 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
What was the charity where they would ask if you gave $1 a day, $1 a day could feed a family in Africa?
Oh, man.
Something like that. You remember that?
Yes,
that charity?
I
forget what charity that was.
Yeah, the soft music and the people looking
Absolutely.
all poor. And looking
That's
straight.
right.
Yeah.
And the video with panning on the poor kid who hasn't eaten in 14 years, right? Just sitting there waiting for a meal.
Yes.
All you need to do is hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Put a comment in the comment box.
Here. Look at this guy. You got to do the sad eyes.
And you can do, and you can feed a family in Newport News. That's what it comes down to on this radio show. God, we're pandering. It's a beautiful thing. Right out of the gate, we're just pandering. Late night with Luka last night. It's a brand new talk show I've come up with. We will give you the latest in the Lakers win last night over the Dallas Mavericks. A pretty competitive game, too.
Yeah.
And as Kendrick Perkins said on SportsCenter this morning, a beautifully played physical game. However, he did say he thought J.J. Redick was a top 10 coach in the NBA. Relax. Let's not get out of control.
Yeah, you're doing too much there.
Yeah, so we'll give you the latest coming up with that. The NFL Combine, or what I like to refer to as the Underwear Olympics in Indianapolis, is set to begin, and all the big power players there, Swap. All the big Adam Peters, Kevin O'Connell, like everybody who's anybody's down in Indianapolis this week talking about their teams. And we'll give you some reaction from Adam Peters coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, which, hey, guess what? Yes, the Commanders are going to try to make some trades, but they're also going to get rid of some players as well.
Yes.
And I know you're a little bit heartbroken on the news yesterday that Adam Peters had about Jonathan Allen. I know you are.
You think so?
I think so.
Nope.
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
Could care less.
No.
Good riddance.
Nope.
Get rid of him.
I mean, honestly, he was a great player. Don't get me wrong. He was definitely a leader. But, yeah, in the past few seasons, like I did on the update, he's been declining. And his buddy, Deron Payne, has been stepping up.
It's amazing. It is amazing how arrogant you have become about your Washington Commanders. You get a little bit of success, right? You get some headlines. You get to the NFC title game. Now you're just going to brush off people that help you get there.
I'm not brushing them off, but at the same time, you gotta remember that video he did a couple years ago. He was frustrated. So a lot of people are bringing that video up. Like I understand that because around that time, I think Ron Rivera was there, and we was just
still under Snyder actually.
Yeah, under Snyder, and we was trash that year. But if you notice the past few years, like this performance was declining, and Deron Payne was stepping up, and the backups have been coming in behind Jonathan Allen and has been doing good. So. Just follow the suit of Jonathan Allen, Chase Young, Montez Sweat, and we keeping Deron Payne. So, hey, I appreciate you, Jonathan Allen, what you did for our team. But if you want to seek a trade, hey, bro, it's a free country. Go right ahead.
Yeah, so we'll hear from the best-looking man at the NFL Combine, Adam Peters, coming up at 7:45 this morning. Of course, Larry Rubama will stop by for the Virginia Pilot Daily Press. That's at 7:30. 7:05, the sports professors will be here. We'll talk a little MLB futures. Also, college basketball is starting to heat up. As you mentioned in your update, top of the hour, Florida, bad loss.
Yes.
To drop bad loss.
Yes.
You're talking about a team that had an opportunity to get a 1 seed, possibly with the NCAA tournament. So we'll talk to we'll talk a little college basketball, but we'll talk to the sports professors coming up at 7:05 this morning. And we've got a couple of people chiming in already on the YouTube stream this morning at Cova Sports TV. Lynn Taylor has chimed in this morning. Says, Johnny, what's up? Where were you, man? Okay. Johnny, why are you wearing Pittsburgh colors this morning? I am not wearing Pittsburgh colors. I am wearing the colors of my daughter's school, Randolph-Macon, this morning. And I'm trying to match. See, I'm trying to be more like Suave when I leave the house, not to have what my wife calls garanimals. Is that what it's called?
What is that?
Garanimals. You know when you were young and they would try to match you up, top bottoms, with the animals, and they call them garanimals?
No, I never heard them.
You've never heard of
I'm
that?
writing that down.
Either.
You got to fact check that real quick, J-Lo. I think it's called garanimals, where you had your top and you had your bottom, and it helps you kind of match up what you want to do.
Garanimals is a children's clothing brand.
There you go.
Wow.
Right? It was a children's clothing brand where I feel like I still need garanimals once in a while. Hey, look, man, it's 4:30 in the morning.
Yep.
I'm just putting on a sweatshirt. It was a little bit chilly this morning. I put on a beanie, and I'm just entirely too lazy to take the beanie off. But I appreciate you tuning into the program this morning. Also on Instagram at Morning Drive Johnny D, where I got a disturbing notice this morning, Suave. I bet you did not realize this on Instagram that one of your posts or one of the posts we put up there got rejected. It's under review.
Oh.
One of the Chris Russell posts from yesterday. What was Chris Russell talking about yesterday? That I wake up to Instagram this morning, and they're like, I don't think so, bud. That's pretty much the message that I got on Instagram this morning.
Like what?
I don't know.
Uncrustables?
I don't know. I've never seen this before. I've never had a post rejected for sensitive content.
What did he say?
It is totally under review.
What did he say?
I would have to pull it up
Yes,
again. But this morning, look,
This wasn't the Black Jeopardy, was it?
I don't
No,
believe. No.
I
This is from yesterday.
Yeah, it was from the Uncrustable story that he told.
Yeah, it was one of the Uncrustable stories he told yesterday. And I don't know how to pull it up. I'm not savvy enough with my technology on Instagram. But I could tell you, I woke up this morning, and it was like a flashing notice of your post is being denied for sensitive content. And I go, well, my entire life is sensitive content. So what exactly are we talking about this morning? Well, we're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah,
Maybe during the break, I'm going to show
definitely.
you, and we're going to try to figure it out
Absolutely.
this morning
That
because
is
I got
funny.
no idea. I got no idea what's going on.
I ain't know Uncrustables is really sensitive.
Yeah. By the way, Vishal chimes in this morning. Good morning, Vishal. How are you? First timer. Oh, we got a first timer on the radio broadcast. All right, let me respond.
Yeah,
J-Lo, you sit tight, J-Lo. I'll respond. Not trying to do a radio show here, bud. So I'll just respond. There we go. Let him know that we appreciate him showing up this morning for the YouTube stream. Okay. But I was disturbed at the Instagram. Like, the feeling was I was a little bit disappointed. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the second thing I thought about, but it's not Elon Musk. Elon Musk does what, the Twitter?
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. Like, maybe Elon got into my Twitter account, my ex account, and said, I don't think so, bro.
You give your 5 bulletin points.
They got to give your 5 bulletin points, which J-Lo is working on as we speak. After the show, every single day, J-Lo writes down a bullet point of what he accomplished on the radio program today. And J-Lo is excited. Look, we're going to have Larry Obama on the 7 o'clock hour swab. We're going to talk some high school basketball as the playoffs began Monday, Tuesday of this week. And he just wanted to talk high school hoops with me. And I appreciate J-Lo's interest, but look, nobody on this radio program outside of Larry Obama wants to talk about high school basketball. Agree or disagree?
Well, you do when it comes to your school.
Nah, it's not my school. I just help out.
It's interesting.
It is interesting, but it was a nice win last night. A lot of upsets last night.
Yeah.
This is the beauty of high school basketball when you get into the one and done type of situation. This is why when we're talking about college football and the college football playoff, what makes it more intriguing, what makes it more exciting is the simple fact that, hey, you got 14 teams, you got 12 teams, whatever they want to do, everybody got a shot. Right? Everybody's starting 0-0. Unless you're the ACC and you know you got no chance in hell. But everybody's starting 0-0. And you got an opportunity if you could get on a little bit of a heater like Ohio State, you could win it.
Yep.
Right? College Football Playoff Committee met yesterday, by the way. We will give you the latest as what's coming on with that. But that's one of our poll questions this morning on the X at Drive Johnny D, our Pacer Payroll poll question. Do you think college football should go to a super league? I'll ask you, Suave. You are a big SEC fan. You're a big Tennessee fan. I mean, hell, the SEC is a super league.
It is.
At this point.
By itself, definitely.
Yeah.
But no, keep it where it is. Like, don't change. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right now, keep it what it is and go from there. But look, if they want to do super conference on them, but for me, no, keep it where it is, man. I like how college football is right now.
You do?
Yes.
No problems.
No.
You like the setup. You don't think it's too top heavy with possibly the SEC, the Big Ten right now?
No.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, it's all about business, right? It's all about
yeah. I mean, it's all about money.
It's all about money, and who draws the most money?
The teams that win,
which is usually the SEC teams. Now, granted, the last 2 times has been Big Ten with Michigan and Ohio State, but SEC is still king. It is what it is. It's been like that. It's going to be like that. Every now and then, you're going to have some small other team coming, creeping in and winning, but it's always going to be SEC, no question about it.
Look, this is what's going to happen. The Big Ten and the SEC is going to turn into like an NFC, AFC type of deal. You're going to have 2 conferences that are going to be the big conferences of college football. Listen, if you want to talk about money, because that's all that matters, right? It's the money. That's why they've even gotten into this in the first place. It's going to happen eventually. It's inevitable. In a couple of years, it will be 2 super conferences running college football. For my personal opinion, I like it much better the way it was, but that's me. I like having the Power 5, and then you have, other conferences, just the Pac-12 in general being a thing. I like it the way it was, but it's just not. It's not going to happen. It's inevitable that it's going to turn into 2 power conferences, and that's just the way it is.
Yep.
I still believe, and this is going to be my hot take on a hump day. I still believe if I am Virginia Tech this morning, and I'm waking up and I see the landscape of college football as it is, which is the SEC dominates with the Big Ten. The ACC and the Big 12 have got to figure some things out. You got to figure some things out. I know that the SEC wants to become a staple in the state of Virginia, in the state of North Carolina somewhere, right? They want to be a staple. If I'm Virginia Tech this morning and I truly want to invest in my football program, right?
Yep.
Because you hear Tech fans all the time. We're a football program. No, you're not. You haven't been for a while. You haven't been since Michael Vick's been quarterback.
Since early 2000s,
Okay,
late
but
90s.
if you really want to invest, and we could probably put it on the poll this morning, I believe that Virginia Tech needs to be all in and going to the SEC or the Big Ten. One of those two. They got to be all in on going to the SEC. And by the way, Carolina will never go to the SEC. Carolina will be a staple of the Big Ten when it comes.
Absolutely.
But if I am Virginia Tech this morning and I'm waking up, I'm putting all my chips to the center of the table. And I'm saying, man, we are all in. We want to be aligned with the SEC, whatever they do, because they're going to be at the head of the pack. They're going to be running the show. They're going to be calling the shots. ACC Commissioner Jim Phillips should be worried. And Virginia Tech, which is not, look, it's Florida State, it's Clemson, it's North Carolina. Oh, by the way, Tech, yeah, it's nice. But if you look, it hasn't been too long. They used to be in the Big East.
Yeah.
Wasn't too long ago. But if I am Virginia Tech this morning, and put it up on the poll if you don't mind, J-Lo, on the X at Drive Johnny D. Should Virginia Tech be all in trying to join the SEC? We know that football drives all revenue.
We know.
We got that.
Yeah.
Look, if you don't understand that, then you don't understand what's going on in college athletics. College football drives everything. It funds everything. I'm seeing this morning Diana Taurasi is retiring after 20 years. And I went, oh, okay, I thought she retired 3 years ago, but that's okay. It's my lack of knowledge when it comes to the WNBA and Diana Taurasi, who's one of the all-time greats. Yeah. All right? But I laugh at these people who continue to push the narrative about women's college basketball and how great it is and got to have more interest and more engagement. You got to pay all these people more. You got to make money. Mm-hmm. There are very few college women programs that actually make money, right? Men's side, it's the same thing. Football, look, that drives everything. That funds every program you have through the television packages. That's how they do it. But if I have Virginia Tech this morning, I'm telling you, man, this is what I would say. I'd be all in. I'd be on the phone right now with old Greg Sankey down there at the SEC. What do we got to do? What do you need from us to get you in the state of Virginia and put us into the SEC? Because, Jayla, we know Virginia ain't going nowhere. Yeah, UVA does not have a commitment like that to go all in with one program. We know that, correct?
No, I don't. To be honest, I have zero clue what's going to happen to UVA once all this happens because they're not an SEC school. They're really not a Big Ten school either. I think from what I've read, if this whole two conferencing were to happen, they would show interest in the Big Ten, not the SEC, but the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Location-wise, SEC makes more sense, but the Big Ten is what they would do. But I don't even know if they would be able to pull that. I would expect so because I don't know where else they would go. It'd be an interesting situation.
Yeah, so we'll put it up on the poll this morning. We will talk about it throughout the program. We appreciate it. By the way, everybody chiming in on a YouTube stream this morning. Good morning. Hines has chimed in this morning. We got some newbies. Jimmy Hemme, 477, has chimed in. He looks like to be a newbie on the radio program, which is funny because then I get all these people going, where is this dude from? Where is that guy from? Right? And they're talking about yours truly. I am originally from New York. Correct. But I am a transplant. I am a Southern boy now. I'm a good old-fashioned Southern boy. Maybe not like J-Lo or Suave, but I got a little Southern blood in me, and it's okay. So, Jimmy, we appreciate you chiming into the program this morning. Of course, our good friend Hank is here this morning as well. We will hear from Hank coming up at 8:45 this morning. Can we make sure we get Hank the link to the studio for the scroll of Hank? I'm going to roll the dice this morning and have Hank close out the program on a Wednesday, which possibly means we may not be here on Thursday. Having the scroll of a Cowboy fan named Hank closing out the show on a Wednesday could possibly mean Suave, J-Lo, and yours truly will not be here on a Thursday morning. We will be in management meetings trying to figure out the future of this radio program. Tell them Kel Talking text line is open at 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. The Pacer payroll poll questions. The polls are open on the X at Drive Johnny D, on Instagram on Morning Drive Johnny D, as we investigate our sensitive content post this morning on Instagram. We've got to do that as well. All right, this segment of The Drive is brought to you by OVM Financial with Annie Mac Home Mortgage, serving Hampton Roads since 2001. When it comes to buying a home or refinancing, you need a mortgage partner you can trust. Visit ovmfinancial.com NMLS 338923, an equal opportunity lender. Get moving, get buying today. I've used them for my first home, for my latest home, for a refinance. I encourage you to do the same. That is ovmfinancial.com. Hey, look, straight ahead, a look at the scoreboard last night. Luka Doncic, he was not the topic of conversation. We're going to introduce you to Najee Marshall. Who the hell is that?
Great question.
I'll discuss. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Expect heavy traffic on 564 between Terminal Boulevard and Bellinger Boulevard. We're seeing some congestion on 64 westbound between Little Creek Road and Tidewater Drive. We're seeing some delays on South Military Highway due to closures on the ramp to Bainbridge Boulevard. And be aware of some construction work on the ramp from 64 to 464. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
I'm Dr. Mark Cardelia, orthopedic surgeon and surgical director of the CHKD Sports Medicine Program. We see a lot of knee injuries in student athletes these days, and many of these are ACL tears. Parents often ask how to know when a knee injury may be serious. The most obvious symptom is severe pain or swelling in the knee joint. Your child may have heard a pop when the injury occurred. Look for signs they can't put weight on the knee around 48 hours after the injury, or if the knee feels unstable or wobbly. Those are all signs you should see a CHKD sports medicine specialist. Our sports medicine physicians, surgeons, athletic trainers, and physical therapists understand the needs of growing athletes and tailor treatment to fit each child's age and level of activity. Our goal is to accurately diagnose the problem in a timely fashion and provide the treatment that will ensure a safe return to activity. Kids want to play, and we want to help them get back in the game. To learn more, visit chkd.org. Sports medicine at CHKD. We're more than a hospital.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 meal deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
We'll tell you more.
It is time for Steve Covino, Rich Davis. Perfect. This is Covino and Rich.
Hal Steinbrenner said it right. Now is the time. It's the perfect time, and the rule is well-groomed beards, meaning you can't show up to work. You got to show up like a professional. You can't show up to work looking like Hobo Williams. You can't look like a hobo. You
can't look like a member of the 04 Red Sox.
Covino and Rich. Weekday afternoons 5 to 7 on Fox Sports 1310. The new home for the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, along with Suave and J-Lo on Fox Sports 1310 and live on Cova Sports TV.
Yes, sir. Welcome back. 6:25 on a Wednesday. Great to be with you. A reminder coming up at 7:05. Get your wallets out. Sports professors will stop by, talk a little gambling, sports wagering. Remind me, I got to ask them their thoughts on what's been going on with Fresno State. Have you read those stories? Coming out of Fresno State with multiple dudes are linked to gambling and everything else, which surprises me that it does not happen more often. But you got issues there. You got some issues in the NBA. We'll talk to you about some of the prop bets from last week that I got burned on. The Isaiah Hartenstein double-double. Just saying, somebody owes me some money. Somebody owes me some cash. I want to be made real, as Paulie would say, right?
Yeah.
Paulie texted me after the show yesterday.
Oh, really?
He's funny. He's funny. He's becoming my producer. He is telling me what topics to talk about on the radio show. It's awesome. It's just absolutely awesome.
Unofficial producer of the show.
My unofficial producer is Paulie. It's got good stuff. It's got good content for sure. So we'll talk to the sports professors coming up at 7:05. Larry Rubama will stop by at 7:25. We'll ask him my question. I'll pose the question about Virginia Tech, where I think Tech should be push all the chips into the middle of the table. If you're Virginia Tech right now, go all in to try and get into the SEC.
But let me ask you a question as a head coach. Do you think his team is ready for that?
No, but nobody's really ready for it. It's not really about the team. It's about the buyout.
I mean, it takes a transition. You can't just jump right in. But right now they're not. But they could become it. That's what they're joining for, to make their team SEC ready.
Look, you got to go block by block. If you get into the SEC, then all of a sudden
you're going to start falling.
Look, you're going to figure out your NIL package, right? You got to get more Big Ten donors. Those type of guys, it just goes hand in hand. But I think you should be all in. So we'll talk to Rubama coming up on that. At the 8 o'clock hour also, we got What's Trending. Did you adjust something on my What's Trending? Did you add something on my rundown regarding what's not What's Trending? What's your take on?
Yes.
What? First off, let's get something straight, bro. Let's get this out of the way, okay? What's your take on a Wednesday are my random thoughts. I don't need Suave taking his random thoughts and intertwining them into my random thoughts. You're confusing the hell out of me. It's bad enough getting up at 4:30, coming in to try to do the radio show, to try to be coherent at 6:05 in the morning. And I'm looking at the rundown and I'm going, are these my thoughts? Did I jot this stuff down? I never think about this. You got to have a highlighted, if you got something to say, you got to talk to me ahead of time. Go, hey, man, I got a couple of comments I want to insert. That's fine. But you confused the hell out of me this morning.
I don't mean to confuse you, but it was something that me and my friends talked about. And
that's fine.
And I was like, I want to ask y'all the same thing.
Get your own damn segment.
I already got 2-3 segments.
Get your own segment. Confusing me. I don't need. I'm looking at it this morning going, what the hell is this? Did I type this at 2 in the morning for some reason? Like, I don't remember putting this on paper.
Just run with it, man. Just run with it.
I'm going to run with
there
it. Trust me. I'm going to run with it for sure. Soon you're going to have 3 segments. I told you what my goal is.
Yes.
My goal is to simply come in, turn the microphone on, say 8 words, and then sign off for 3 hours. That is my goal. The less I could do, the better. All right. Unbelievable. We'll get to the scoreboard coming up here in a second. Again, streaming live on YouTube this morning at Cova Sports TV. Let me get some of the comments. We've got a couple of newbies this morning, as I mentioned. Jimmy Hemme, 477. We appreciate you dialing into the program this morning. Hines is here this morning. Lynn Taylor has joined us this morning as well. Our good friend Hank is on the stream this morning.
He changed his profile pic.
He did change his profile. Well, look, he's a superstar now.
Yeah,
the dude's a superstar. He's got a cabin out in Wakefield. He's joining the radio program. He's getting more visibility. Hell, that dude goes on social media promoting himself more than he does this radio show. I mean, it's tremendous stuff that Hank has got going on, and I hope him the best. Vishal has joined us this morning. As I mentioned, yep, this guy sounds more like a New Yorker than a Virginian. I am a Virginian. My license is a Virginian. My taxes are filed in the state of Virginia. That makes me a Virginian. I got a little bit of a New York accent when I start to get excited. Guess what? I'm excited at 6:30 in the morning. I apologize.
That's nice.
But we appreciate you being part of the program. You got a comment, put it up in the comment box this morning on YouTube at Cova Sports.
That's never going to leave you,
on TV. What's that?
That New York accent.
It's left a little bit.
It has?
Yeah, a little bit.
Say call.
Say what?
Say call.
Call?
There you go.
I mean, I could say it.
Yeah, but New York accent, y'all extend
No, but
the
Suave,
word.
just imagine it 20 years ago, how much more it probably would have been.
Oh.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing.
mean,
It sounds
you
a
say
lot.
it's
It,
like a
it
bad
probably
thing.
sounded a lot more New York style.
Well, here's a little bit of a hint for you there, son. I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. Don't piss me off. You don't hear it.
Oh, too late.
Simple. Tell my kids the same thing. Look, when I'm nice, the Southern accent is in full effect. When you tick me off, the New York accent comes out in full effect. If you want to talk about Josh Allen, you're going to get a little bit of New Yorker. You want to start talking about Lamar Jackson, you're going to get a lot of New Yorker.
You talking about the Boston Red Sox.
So forget about it. Forget about
It's
it.
funny how you said it. I told my wife the same thing because she's been in Virginia all her life, but she's born in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I had to tell her, I said, look, when she's nice, she's Virginia. Get her mad. You see Jersey come out real fast.
You let that jersey come out.
Yeah.
Last night, Luka Doncic at home. Mavericks are in town. Little revenge game. Nico was there too.
Yes, he was.
That was strange. The cameras were panned in on Luka Doncic warming up, and you see Nico in the background just staring him down.
Yes.
Those two got something going on. Not a fan of the blue suit either, were you?
No.
Could you sport that?
No,
That looks
absolutely
like
not.
something that Suave would wear at a Sunday barbecue in Newport News.
Oh, no.
Not at all?
No, I'm street clothes all the time, man.
Okay, I got you. Look like you would wear it.
Nah.
You could pull it off, I was saying.
I appreciate that.
But
no.
Luka last night, 19 points, 15 boards, 12 assists as the Lakers win it by 8 last night. But that is not the topic of conversation on the internet this morning, though, Suave. The topic of conversation is a gentleman by the name, I believe it's Najee Marshall. Mm-hmm. And I apologize if I mispronounce his first name because, frankly, I don't know who this dude is.
I just know he played for the Mavs.
I've never heard of him. I could not pick him out of a lineup. If he were to hold the door open for me at 7-Eleven this morning, I would say thank you, but I have no idea that you play in the NBA. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But apparently last night, he executed a quote-unquote too small taunt on LeBron James after scoring on him, which has got the internet in an uproar this morning, right? And I'm watching the replay. Nice little drive to the basket, a little pull-up over LeBron, but then he does the too small gesture. If you guys do not know what the too small gesture is, I will repost it on our X account this morning at Drive Johnny D, where he's pretty much telling LeBron, you can't guard me. Mm-hmm. You're not big enough. You're not strong enough. You're not tall enough to guard me. Where now the internet is in an uproar. I guess my question is, Suave, what type of credentials do you need to have to pull off any type of gesture in a basketball game? Like you gotta have a little bit of a resume, don't you?
Absolutely. If you're just a newbie or nobody heard of you, now you're doing the kind of gestures, like, bro, no one knows who you are. Like, what are you trying to prove? And then don't get it coming right back at you, because the internet and everybody is not forgiving. They'll do it right back to you that you're too small. So you gotta have at least a little bit of resume to your name.
J-Lo, are there certain credentials on your resume that you need to have before you start doing on-court gestures, especially to the guy who many consider to be the greatest of all time in LeBron James?
You need a lot of credentials. Listen, let alone, let's take LeBron out the equation. Let's just say it's the most random NBA player of all time.
Uh-huh.
You need credentials. I'm sorry, you just can't come into the league as a no-name and all of a sudden you're hitting too small or whatever. That's how you're going to stir up the pot real quick. Now, let alone the guy with the most power in the NBA. You're doing it on him? That's terrible. What are we doing? That's... Who are you? What is your name? I don't know you. Like, come on, man. You can't... You need more credentials.
It is so bad that if I Googled Najee Marshall and his stats, true story, right here, I'm looking at it. He is a small forward and shooting guard who has played for the New Orleans Pelicans and the Dallas Mavericks. 2023-2024 season, average a little bit over 7 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, about 2 assists, shot 38% from the field But then they've got a snapshot of Donovan Mitchell in his All-Star uniform. That just tells you, even the internet, even the Google search has got no clue who this guy is. You got the wrong guy up there. What are we doing? I think you got to have some credentials. It's got to be an unwritten rule if you're playing in the NBA that you have got to have accomplished something of note before you could be doing a little bit of a gesture of a too small or whatever on somebody else. Like, it's got to be an unwritten rule. But the internet is in a tizzy this morning.
I bet.
Over this. What is this guy? 6'6", 220? Mm-hmm. Where did he play college?
He went to Xavier.
Xavier.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Never heard of him.
Me neither.
Good work out of you, though. You made my headlines this morning. Were you surprised also, Suave, last night that the Lakers honored Anthony Davis with a tribute video?
Actually, no, I'm not surprised. Like I said, it's part of my what's trending because it was very good tribute to him. Mm-hmm. But the best tribute go to the Los Angeles Lakers fans. You see what they did as a tribute?
No, I did not.
To Nico Harris.
Did they do a little thank you tribute?
Yes.
Good work out of it.
That was great.
Yeah.
And he just sat in attendance with a stone face just looking. And they said, thank you, Nico. Thank you, Nico.
Now that they also do a tribute video, and I do not know if this is correct, but I did hear this because, of course, I did not stay up last night to watch this game. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it. Did they do one to Max Christie as well?
I heard of that.
Like, was Max Christie part of this video, or was it just Anthony Davis?
I thought it was just Anthony Davis.
I'm hoping it was just Anthony Davis.
I think it was just Anthony.
Yeah,
because Dallas is now calling him Super Max Christie. Because he's played so well. Wow. He could be up for the Super Max deal in a couple of years. I don't think that's the case, but all right. Before I get a look at the scoreboard, let me just go to the YouTube stream this morning. As I mentioned, you got a comment, put it up in the comment box. We will try to get to it this morning on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. David Foster has chimed in. Good morning, David. Hope you are well. Hank, who are you watching for the Cowboys to draft at the Combine? So Hank's got his entirely own little radio show going on with a YouTube stream. Like, the three of us are just talking, going over topics, having conversation, having debate, having discussion. Yet Hank is just hosting his own radio show.
Hank took over.
He's actually taken over. He is going to take my spot. And I told Paulie this. Feel free. Come on in, take my spot. It's all yours. I'll keep the chair warm for you. But Hank is just interacting with our listening audience this morning on the YouTube stream. They're talking a lot about Luka on there. Hank, of course, is complimenting himself for the successful photo change. No longer Orange H, as he likes to call it. He says, let me see here, Hank, Cowboys usually make every pick from a guy that they scout at the Combine. We have a limited scouting department. I think Jerry watches all the Texas teams at Boise State. We have a list of Broncos. So he's talking draft.
Yeah.
David Foster has chimed in. You can't do that to the NBA's best. He will be out of the league soon because of LeBron. That could be true.
Yep.
Where then Hank just random Channing Frye. Talking about Channing Frye, who I did not know Channing Frye had a podcast until 2 days ago when he talked about that
nostalgia of
the
NBA.
Nostalgia of the NBA, thank you, is killing the NBA right now, where there is a lot of truth to that. So if you got a comment, put it up in the comment box. We will try to get to it over the air. I can guarantee you if we don't get to it, Hank will certainly respond to you on the YouTube stream this morning. So we appreciate it.
Oh, he said, hey, I could never take your spot, bro.
Oh, absolutely. You can take it tomorrow.
Listen, in 5 years.
I'll just lower the seat for you, and you can take it and run with it,
in
my
5
friend.
years, Hank will be hosting the show. Paulie will be producing.
No, I told Paulie the name of the show. I texted Paulie, and I said the name of the show in about a month. It's going to be rebranded. What did I say it was going to be? Hold on a second. Let me pull it up this morning. Yeah, it's clean. Don't worry. It's family friendly. Don't worry there. The name of the show is going to be The Drive with Paulie and Friends. That's what we're going to call this radio program.
Cute.
The Drive with Paulie and Friends on Fox Sports 1310 AM. And, of course, you can download the app today. 6:40, look at the scoreboard very quick from last night. Go ahead, Suave, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and start with the NBA. Celtics beat the Raptors 111-101. Cavaliers stay on top as they beat the Magic 122-82. Rockets beat the Milwaukee Bucks 100-97. And the most high-scoring game I've seen since right now, and with the overtime, the Grizzlies beat the Suns 151 to 148. This is like an all-star game right there.
That's my type of game right there, boy.
Yeah, no defense at all.
No D. Nope.
Even they scored the third quarter. The Grizzlies scored 43 points and the Suns scored 41. That's to tell you right there.
Lord.
Defense is non-existent. Pelicans beat the Spurs 109 to 103. The Warriors beat the Hornets 128 to 92. And we just talked about the Lakers 107, Mavericks 99. And the funny thing about that game is when Luka scored at one point, he was staring at Nico the whole time. This rivalry is about to be an awesome rivalry between those two. So let's go ahead and start with college basketball as we talk the top 25. Upset, I did it in my headline. Georgia beat number 3 Florida 88 to 83. We had another upset. Oklahoma State beat number 9 Iowa State 74 to 68. And then we had number 19 Louisville beat Virginia Tech 71 to 66. And speaking about number 2 Duke, because somebody hit me up on my ex about Duke on my own messages. Duke, yes, they're number 2 team. Are they number 1? That's still up for debate. But they did beat Miami 97 to 60. And then local basketball. First Colonial, they beat Kellum 70 to 62. We want to shout out to the First Colonial for that win. But those are your scores from last night.
Miami basketball stinks.
Very.
It is really bad. And they made such a big deal out of Cooper Flagg being down there. I was watching SportsCenter yesterday. They had Mario Cristobal on the show talking about Cam Ward, who's probably going to be the first quarterback taken in the NFL draft. They had the Cavender twins on talking about Cooper Flagg coming to town, some celebrities. Look, Miami's bad. Duke is really good.
Yeah.
Are they number 1 in the country? No. Auburn is still the best team in college basketball right now. But that could change.
That could change.
All right, Suave. Thank you very much. Soccer fans, it is now time to rally behind Virginia Beach United, a USL League 2 and W League team that plays right here in Virginia Beach. Experience the passion and excitement of pro-level soccer. The season pass includes women's and men's tickets for just $100 for adults, $80 for youth. 15-game package on sale right now. VBUnited.com. That's VBUnited.com for season tickets today. Maybe we can get a little Lionel Messi to show up at the Sportsplex. Could you imagine, J-Lo?
Man.
That would be a
fiasco. It was crazy enough when DC United came into town last year, and that was our biggest crowd ever. Man, if Messi came into town,
that would be spectacular. Maybe we could just start a rumor on the show. Yeah. Not even justified
just
whatsoever.
It on.
Let's say that David Beckham is going to be making an appearance at the Sportsplex for the Virginia Beach United. We ain't got to justify it.
That's old school right there.
You ain't got to be real. Just kind of throw it out there.
Just float it into existence.
Just put it out there. Let it marinate a little bit. Let it grow and see what happens.
Special guest appearance, David Beckham with a question mark.
That would be spectacular. 6:42 straight ahead. What people are talking about on social media. Travis Kelce's back in the news. The latest with the tight end with the Kansas City Chiefs. We will discuss. It is a Wednesday edition of the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Mattress Firm. Expect congestion on 564 westbound between 64 and Bellinger Boulevard. We're seeing some delays approaching downtown tunnel from Portsmouth Boulevard on 264 westbound. For those of you heading west on 64, you can expect some delays between Bay Avenue and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. And we're also seeing some buildup heading east on 64 between Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel and Armistead Avenue. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 13.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach Awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation and representation. He brings to the table over 30 years' experience in federal and state returns. He delivers personalized, one-on-one service, and he's a certified electronic filer. The IRS likes electronic filers. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service, 455-6763.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis, but if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams-Deloitte, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
On AM radio. And did you know, AM radio is the backbone of the emergency alert system, keeping the public safe in dangerous times. No matter what the reason, Fox Sports 1310 AM is here to serve you. Visit wearebroadcasters.com to learn more and tell us how you depend on AM.
This is the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM.
What's trending with Suave coming up here in about 3 minutes. 7 o'clock hour, talk a little gambling. Sports professors will stop by. Larry Rubama at 7:30. We will hear from Adam Peters coming up at 7:45. I know Suave is excited about that. I would normally say J-Lo is excited about that, but I'm not sure what the Eagles plan on doing with the offseason, free agent acquisitions, and everything else. By the way there, J-Lo, on the YouTube stream this morning at Cova Sports TV, in the comment box, it is starting to fill up, and people want more of J-Lo.
More J-Lo.
That's what they're talking about this morning. Apparently, it's your enthusiasm. It must be your sparkling personality. Not sure what it is.
High-pitched voice.
But people are asking for more J-Lo on the radio program. Swear to God. Look, Lynn Taylor chimes in this morning. I want to see more J-Lo on this show. Hank agrees. Got to see more J-Lo on this radio program. Okay? Right. You ask and you shall receive.
Absolutely.
Put the camera on J-Lo real quick. Very quickly. Put the camera on J-Lo.
There you go.
There he is. Go.
Have fun. Have at it. Have at it.
Talk about anything?
Have at it.
Have at it.
Have at it, bro.
There you go.
Let me know how that goes. Close it out here.
Right,
Suave's got his What's Trending coming up in 2 minutes, and then we're good to go.
I got a quick segment. We can get an update on the Green Machine. Can I do that?
Yes, please. The Green Machine. For those who are just tuning into the program, the Green Machine is the 97 Ford that J-Lo was gifted, that he has been driving for a number of years, that, look, he knew it, but did nothing about it, had a Philadelphia Eagles bumper sticker on the back of it. The day after he covered up the bumper sticker, because he is a self-proclaimed Washington Commanders fanboy,
what happened?
The car broke down, ran over a tarp, in the middle of 264. Just, I guess that thing in the middle of the road, yeah, that looks like a speed bump, but I'll go over it anyway at 72 miles an hour. What is the latest with the Green Machine?
So the latest with the Green Machine, as you guys know, yesterday I was talking about it. I was a little worried. I didn't think it would ever run again.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the word yesterday morning from the shop, and it turns out nothing was wrong with the transmission. The Green Machine is running. The Green Machine is alive, and the Green Machine will be picked up later today.
The Green Machine is back, Suave.
So here's the thing, though. Can I really put tape back over that sticker?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Lightning cannot strike twice in the same spot.
So you mean to tell me you're going to leave that Eagle sticker up there?
Here's the thing, though. My grandma, after giving me permission, she's the one who took the tape back off. And, might I add, she told me she thinks that's the reason why it was okay, because it sounded like it wasn't going to be okay. Then she took the tape off.
So you feel like Grandma was peer pressured on this radio program to put the tape over the Philadelphia Eagles bumper sticker.
Do I feel like, or do I know that she was
so
peer
you know
pressured?
for a fact?
Yes, she was very peer pressured. She told me after.
Okay, well, look, I don't want to piss off Grandma.
No.
I don't need that type of karma in my life.
No, not Granny.
No, we don't want to do that. So we've got to find an alternative. You got to find an alternative.
Commander sticker, like Suave and
or get a new
Paulie
car,
always say.
you cheap son of a bitch.
That's what it comes down to. Eventually, yes.
That's one way to look at it, too.
Yeah.
If somebody gifted you a car, but it comes with an Eagles bumper sticker, and you're a Commander, dive into your pocket and go out and get a Kia or something.
All because of the bumper sticker.
All because of the bumper sticker.
Yes.
I think you need to figure out, how can I show my Commander's pride while having a Philadelphia Eagles bumper sticker still on my car? Because I don't want you to annoy Grandma.
No.
Look, Grandma is precious. She is a treasure. We need to make sure she is taken care of. And I don't want to be responsible for anything happening. So do what you got to do at this point. All right, you want to drive around in the green Humpty Mobile? That's cool. Go for it. Okay?
We ain't saying nothing. we ain't saying
I'm
nothing.
out.
Yep.
I'm out. All right, I'm tapping out on this one. All right, 6:51. What's trending on social media, Suave?
If it made it in headlines, it made it here. Here's what's trending in sports with Suave.
On everyone, it's your boy Don Suave with another What's Trending in Sports, which I did not know this, ladies and gentlemen, because, of course, they ain't want to say nothing because they lost the Super Bowl. Let's be real. But Travis Kelce's in the news. Apparently, he was sick.
Oh, please. Just stop this. Him, Patty Mahomes, everybody was ill. Nobody was feeling well. Yet if they won that Super Bowl, boy, you hear nothing of this. They've been a parade 2 days later having a good old time.
Exactly. That's what I said. When I heard, okay, let me tell everybody the story. So basically what's happened is they want to know if Travis Kelce is going to be back. But this is the backstory of it. Who played in the Super Bowl 59 against the Eagles while dealing with a, quote, pretty big illness, had decided to return for the 2025 season. Despite his health challenges limiting him to only 4 receptions in the game, optimism surrounds his recovery and future contributions. Chiefs GM Brett Veach has confirmed Kelce's enthusiasm to continue playing, dispelling retirement rumors. Like I said, what illness did he have during that game that he only caught 4 passes? I mean,
no, I think Gibbs has chimed in on our YouTube stream this morning. Good morning, Gibbs.
Morning,
he
Gibbs.
says lovesick. That was the illness that he had. He's a little bit lovesick.
I guess, yeah. You may be right, too. You know, Taylor Swift was there. They had the birthday celebration and all that good stuff. And, hey, maybe he got sick off of that.
Well,
you know?
Hank has a recommendation, too. He says sick of getting their ears kicked. That's what old Hanky has. He throws a little emoji in there. Hank's getting out of control. Dude is out of control on the YouTube stream.
He got full reign. He said he's taking over. It's his show now. Right. And look, even though Hines said they booed his girl, which they did.
They did.
They did boo Taylor Swift.
And now you know how to get under Travis Kelce's skin.
Boo his girl.
He's got to boo his girl, man.
Yeah. He said he felt helpless that he couldn't do nothing to console her.
Unbelievable. You need to be locked into the Super Bowl, bro. She's fine, man. She is fine. Unbelievable. Yeah, he was sick.
Absolutely. And then we talked about this yesterday, too. We're talking about the Cowboys. Stephen Jones, who had the word that we used yesterday called selective aggression.
Yeah.
So we're going to allow Stephen Jones to actually explain what does he mean by a selective aggression. Let's take a listen for Mr. Stephen Jones.
We're going to look at everything we can. We're going to be selectively aggressive. We obviously, there's things in this league you have to, you have certain amount of resources they allow you to have, and we'll look at that, but we're going to try to improve our football team. Not try, we're going to improve our football team, and we expect to have success next year.
Ooh. What you think, John D?
Look, it's par for the course. It's the Cowboys. Nothing is easy. All in last year, selectively aggressive this year. That's fine. I like how he had to catch himself, and hey, we're going to improve our football team. You better.
You better.
You better. Right now. I'm not saying you're not better than the Giants, but you better. Because you're lagging behind those Commanders and those Philadelphia Eagles. Stephen Jones.
Well, we got some good news before we're going to break for you, Mr. Hank. They said there in the draft they actually may go after a quarterback because Cooper Rush and Trey Lance are entering the free agency, which means only one quarterback.
I did see this.
Yep, is on contract, and that's Dakota. I don't know his middle name. Prescott.
I don't know his middle name.
Somebody says Dakota fan. I don't know if that's the truth, but Dakota Prescott.
Because he's yelled at plenty of times.
Absolutely, that's his favorite quarterback. So yeah, Hank, you may get your wish. They may be getting a new quarterback with the Dallas Cowboys.
They need to. How old is Dak Prescott?
I think he's like maybe 32. Let me check.
Is he that old? But I know he's had a couple of severe injuries.
Hank don't care about that.
He's banged up a little bit. They want I want to keep Trey Lance, Hank says, but no, they're not going to keep Trey Lance.
Yeah, he's 31.
He's 31 years of age, but 31. He's been beaten up the last couple of years. I would love to see the Cowboys move up for a quarterback. Oh, my Lord. If we went into the NFL draft and on draft day, they moved into the late first round to get a quarterback.
Out of nowhere, too.
Out of nowhere. A Jackson Dart.
Yes.
Out of Ole Miss. That would be it.
Is Quinn Ewers still up there?
Unbelievable. I would enjoy myself thoroughly. That would be great.
I really don't think it's that bad of an idea, though.
Will you stop it?
What
is wrong with it? Moving up into the first round for Jackson Dart?
No, not for Jackson Dart. Okay. I'm saying trying to move up for a quarterback. I don't think it's a crazy idea.
I think it is crazy for the simple fact there's only 2 legit quarterbacks. Everybody else you can wait on. There's no, from what I'm being told, there's really not a difference when you're talking about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you're going to move up, it's for a guy that you think could be, I'm not saying an immediate starter, but within the next couple of years, you could plug in. I don't think you move into the first round and pay him first round type of money when you could get a guy in the third or fourth round.
Not one of those later guys, but if you could find a way to get one of those top 2 guys, I don't think it's a crazy idea. Listen, Dak, I'm kind of with Hank. I'm not a big Dak believer. I know that was a crazy thing to say. I'm kind of with Hank. I'm not a big Dak believer. I just think that the Cowboys, and worst comes worst, they pull, they've talked about this with Patrick Mahomes, with Michael Penix, benching them for a year, let them sit and learn, and maybe they'll turn into something great the following year.
Maybe. I did see, and we'll talk some mock draft coming up in the next couple of weeks after the Combine, but Shedeur Sanders and the Jets at number 7 started to gain a little bit of traction. A little bit of traction. Cam Ward will be the first quarterback taken.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's any question about that. Tennessee is probably going to slide off of that number 1 possibly. If not, Abdul Carter.
I think
the kid out of Penn State.
So that means they're going to run it back with Will Levis then.
But Shedeur Sanders at number 7 is a dude who can handle New York. Kid's been in the spotlight for years. Going to New York is not going to be a big deal for Shedeur Sanders.
Where's the Raiders in this?
The Raiders?
Yeah.
I don't know where they're at. They're not ahead of the Jets. I don't believe so. I don't have the draft in front of me at the moment. Yeah, we can look it up.
We can definitely look it up over the break.
Told you, the Raiders going to go after like a Sam Darnold or somebody like that, a free agency. Tom Brady does not want to develop a quarterback right now.
Well, it's him and Pete Carroll.
You don't want to develop. Pete Carroll's not going to be around long enough to develop a quarterback. Dude's 77 years old. Come on.
The Raiders actually pick 6. The Jets are pick 7.
Yeah, they're talking about the Jets and Shedeur Sanders going there at number 7.
So what they got going to the Raiders then? Because for the longest, Shedeur Sanders on his S count, he's been putting in Raiders, even going by saying thank God and putting Raiders. So he want to go to the Raiders.
Okay.
So we'll see what's going to happen.
We're going to find out.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, let's go ahead and go to the break, y'all. But coming up next after the break, everyone, get your pencils ready and your paper ready, even get your wallets ready. It's the Sports Professors on the Morning Drive with Johnny D.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. A nice mix of mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies today. High temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Partly cloudy tonight with lows in the upper 40s. Warming to the low 70s tomorrow. We'll see extra clouds, mostly cloudy, with a chance for rain moving in tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, dropping off to the 50s on Friday. For News 3, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Have a great day.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Get ready for a season of thrills and excitement. Virginia Beach United invites you to experience the adrenaline of USL League 2 Pro Soccer. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $7 for kids, and children 5 and under are free. It's the perfect family outing filled with fun and entertainment. Secure your seats now for a season of unforgettable soccer moments with Virginia Beach United. Don't miss out.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Williams Deloach. I'm an experienced personal injury attorney, and I hope you don't need my services because I certainly don't like to see people injured on a daily basis. But in preparation for that unfortunate situation, your insurance coverage is very vital to your case. Give me a call today. I'd be happy to discuss your insurance situation for you and your family. That's the most protection you have, and you want to have that ahead of time.
Kova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit kovapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7 right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
On TV. Is it for real? Oh yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean. And it's made a difference for you? Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom. Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves? Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ORDER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's ORDER to 42424.
Newport News' newest spot for wine lovers, the Hilton Wine Shop. Explore an amazing selection of wines and champagne from Italy, New Zealand, Australia, and Germany. Plus, find a variety of cheeses, meats, snacks, and gifts. Everything to complement your wine. Need a hoodie or hat? They've got that too. Visit them at 10194 Warwick Boulevard, Suite A. Check them out online at thehiltonwineshop.com and follow on Facebook for the latest updates.
You're listening to Fox Sports 1310, WGHAM Newport News, and WVSP-FM HD2 Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310. This Fox Sports 1310 update is brought to you by...
It's bull time. That's right, professional bull riding. Presented by Pendleton Whiskey Velocity Tour 2025. February 28th to March 1st at Chartway Arena. If you call us at 757-497-1310 or even text us on the Kellum text line, you'll win a 4-pack of tickets for the March 1st event, and it will be emailed to the winners. That's right, it's bull riding, bull time, February 28th to March 1st at Chartway Arena. In your updates, and it's Fox Sports, Diana Taurasi, who is the WNBA all-time leading scorer, announced her retirement. She's the only WNBA player to surpass 10K in scoring with an additional over 1,400 points in 72 playoff contests. In college basketball, Georgia boosted its hopes for its first NCAA tournament berth since 2015 as it beat the number 3 Florida Gators 88-83. In NFL, after 21 seasons, offensive tackle Jason Peters is calling it quits and is now headed to the Seattle Seahawks front office. Even though he is known for the 11 seasons he spent with the Philadelphia Eagles, in which he won a Super Bowl in the 2017 season. And lastly, the Washington Commanders are giving Jonathan Allen his permission to seek a trade. And if this does happen, it will open up a $16.47 million more in cap room, while they'll only eat $6 million in dead money. So with $80 million already, and with $16 million could be possibly, do the math, that's more money for the Commanders to use during the free agency. But coming up next, once again, it's the Sports Professors, and it's all right here on the Morning Drive with Johnny D, and we're powered by Cover Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310, 100.9 FM, and streaming live on YouTube at Cover Sports TV.
Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, the official home of the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310, along with Suave and J-Lo. Here's your host, Johnny D.
Hey, Hampton Roads. Great to be with you. It is a hump day. It's a Wednesday, 7:07 on the program. The Morning Drive. Yours truly, Johnny D, Suave, J-Lo. Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. The Pacer payroll poll questions are up and rolling on the X at Drive Johnny D. You can also follow the program on Instagram at Morning Drive Johnny D, where full transparency, we're trying to figure out the sensitive content that was posted on our Instagram last night by Suave and J-Lo. I don't know what they're doing on our Instagram account, but apparently I woke up this morning to sensitive content. One of the posts is under review. So good work out of YouTube. And the YouTube stream is up and rolling this morning at Cova Sports TV. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on the YouTube stream at Cova Sports TV. And you too could help feed a family in Newport News with the last name or the first name of Suave. I'm just letting you know. So everybody who likes and puts a comment into the YouTube stream, $1 a day will feed Suave and his family of 14. In Newport News. That's important stuff.
Boy, I'm busy. I'm feeling 14.
A very quick mock draft. We're talking about it. Mel Kiper's got his latest mock draft out. I mean, the problem with mock drafts are there's so many of them now.
Yes.
It's hard to keep track. He's got Tennessee taking Abdul Carter, number 1. Cleveland taking Cam Ward. Told you, first quarterback off the board. Mm-hmm. The Giants go with Travis Hunter, who many consider the best athlete. New England taking Will Campbell, the offensive lineman out of LSU. Jags taking Mason Graham out of Michigan. The Raiders going Ashton Genty, Boise State. That leaving the Jets with Shedeur Sanders. So we will see.
Yeah.
That is mock draft 2.0. By the time we get to April, it'll be mock draft 22.0.
Pretty much.
And we'll see how that changes. Joining us right now, the sports professors. Talk a little gambling. Aaron Moore, Doug Tuttle. Gentlemen, good morning, as always. Before we get into the conversation, I want to talk a little MLB futures, also college basketball futures. Now is the time, with only a couple of weeks left, I think, before we start to really get into March Madness and the NCAA tournament and everything else. I do want to ask each of you, I'll start with you, Aaron, your thoughts on the latest story coming out of the West Coast with Fresno State, right? They got Fresno State, you got a couple of dudes under investigation sitting out right now for gambling. Just kind of your initial thoughts when you saw it, number 1 and number 2. Are you surprised we don't get more of this in college athletics?
I think you can look at it two ways, Johnny, that it shows the system is working. So once again, there's this point shaving issue, and there's a great article in Sports Illustrated about how this all might be intertwined, what happened last year with Temple, Jonte Porter. So there might be a big syndicate, so to speak, where all of these point shaving allegations are connected to a couple gamblers. So that's a big story in the sense that it's widespread. But I'm not surprised. And I've written about this in a number of articles. And I think it's just look at it logically in today's day and age of gambling and media. These players know how big sports betting are. I'm talking about college athletics. They know how big it is. It's a topic of conversation on every college campus across the country. And the players know people are making money off of their games. And I don't know about you, Johnny, but when I was 18 to 22, I was pretty stupid. Now that I'm 53, I'm a little less stupid, but I made stupid decisions in college. And I think that's what we see with these kids now in the gambling age, that you've got young kids, you've got money, you've got temptation, and it's all coming together. So I'm not surprised. But the second part of it is I think we should rejoice in this, that legalized gambling has brought transparency to this. We know what is going on. So if somebody is making a big bet on a North Carolina A&T game, that's going to get attention, and it's going to get the attention of integrity units. It's going to get attention of the books. And then there's an investigation. So when people say, oh my gosh, this is a downside of gambling, look at these kids possibly shaving points, I disagree. This is the positive of legalized gambling, where now we have transparency and we can look at it. Because if it wasn't legalized, Johnny, people would still be betting, and college students might be still making stupid mistakes when it comes to gambling and possibly shaving points.
Yeah, Doug, I'll ask you the same question, because one thing we're starting to learn is the sports books and everybody else, with all the analytics, you could quickly flag when something don't look right, it don't smell right? When you got a certain line move that's a little bit off the board, but it doesn't make sense, people notice that right away.
Sure. I mean, and you know, to tag along from what Aaron was saying, you know, the books are smart now that it's transparent and not underground where you really don't know until after the fact. If a particular book or multiple books all of a sudden start taking action on a game that's 2 or 3 times the amount that you're used to, it's going to raise some eyebrows. And the sports book directors all talk, so it's not like this thing it spreads like a wildfire before it gets out of hand. And a lot of times what they'll do is cancel the bet if they see something or some erroneous behavior per se.
So they could cancel a bet at any time? Do they have to have a reason, like disclose a reason to you?
It's a real fine line. I've actually had an issue with DraftKings that I've had to email Virginia Lottery about, whatever. But no, if they get caught with their pants down, I mean, certain books have good integrity and some don't. I mean, Crackman has gotten a bet canceled on him several times. I luckily slid through. MGM missed it was a San Francisco 49er bet. I think it was Wilson or one of their backup backs that was still listed as 10-1 for an anytime touchdown after they ruled out Christian McCaffrey. They honored the bet. I mean, some will cancel, some will void them all just so that they can, you know, both sides of it. But I guess it just depends on the book. I mean, they are getting more the sports. Because there's really not an entity that's overlooking all this, they get away with a lot that they shouldn't, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely does. I feel like I'm an accomplice right now to some Doug Tuttle situations that have been going on over the last couple of months. Not really sure how comfortable I feel talking about this right now, Doug. So let's talk baseball
Everything's
futures.
Everything's above board, don't worry.
Of course. Let's talk a little baseball futures, and I want to get into the college basketball conversation with Aaron. But, Doug, you're big on the baseball futures. Let's talk. What is the latest that you've been looking at? Baseball is how far away? What do we got, about a month? A little bit over a month before opening day?
Yeah, about a month, and we're starting to see some things unfold. I mean, I texted you over the weekend on an Acuna, what I thought was a gold mine that turned into be not so much of a gold mine, but you know, all the information that I had prior to that led me to believe that he would be there for opening day. And I guess, I don't know if there was a setback or if this is just, you know, he just wasn't over the hump. I mean, I was reading he was 75%, but Anyhow, back to Xavier Edwards. I've been big on. I really like this kid. I think he's going to be an up and coming star. The guy hit 5 triples in 70 games last year. The league leader, I think it was Bobby Witt and Corbin Carroll, hit 14. He's at 50-1. I put some on him. I like him a lot. I also, books will start to limit you on high odds bets like that. So you've got to get creative. And the way they make most of their money is through parlays. And so they look at a parlay bettor as a sucker. And so one of the strategies that I deploy once I get limited and I want to put more money on the bet is I'll find a chalky bet that I like. And OKC to win the West is probably the chalkiest of chalk. And so coupled that with the 50-1, and you get a little over 100-1 on that bet. And so what it allows you to do is put less money down for the same odds you would get at a unit bet. So you can either do a half or a quarter or whatever. And it allows you to, they'll usually let you go a lot. They'll extend you a lot more leash per se once they see it's a parlay and not just a straight bet. And then I sprinkled a little, I didn't mention this to you, but I'm hearing a lot of good things out of Verlander. His side number is, now that he's pitching in a pitcher-friendly park out in San Francisco, his side number is 100-1. Not anything I'm going to put a ton of money down on, but and granted, it's his brother that's been the most vocal about him. But he's a shell of what he was in 2022.
Yeah.
He's right in the mix, and you're not going to see, chalky odds like that on. You're going to get 7-1, 8-1, on the guys that are most likely to be in the mix. So that's a pretty good 100-1 is pretty good in my opinion.
Gotcha. 7:16 on a Wednesday. The sports professors joining us here on the program, Doug Tuttle and Aaron Moore. Aaron, let's talk a little college basketball. Got about a week and a half remaining in the Power 4 conference schedule. Another great weekend, by the way, the SEC. I'm just throwing it out. It seems like every day the SEC's got a major matchup, but this is now the time to really start to look at considering any futures prior to Selection Sunday, which is fast approaching.
Yeah, Johnny, if you look at what you're going to do from a college basketball betting and future standpoint, that the season has been going on for a couple months now, and most people and most bettors are adding little pieces of teams here and there to their portfolio. As Doug was saying, when it's high odds, you don't have to go big into the unit size. So people, including myself, bettors have been doing this as the season progresses. Well, we have a week and a half to go. I think this is really the last day or two before you just stop betting futures, because now the brackets are going to be coming out soon. The odds are going to be dropping, and it really doesn't have value getting futures if you don't know the bracket when it comes out next week, because it could be dramatically different than you predicted it. So I think if you're going to go futures, right about now is the time to make the last futures bet before Selection Sunday. Now, when you look at the bracket on Selection Sunday, all of the major books have obviously who can win it, who can go to the Final Four. And then there's going to be other bets like make it to the Sweet 16, make it to the Elite 8, how many teams are going to win per conference, over under. There's so many different items you can do on Selection Sunday and past that. So I would say if you're going to do a futures bet, right now would be the last time to do it, and then hold your units for Selection Sunday. That being said, I really like Houston right now as one of the last futures portfolio additions I made. I got them a couple days ago. It was a little bit higher, but now it's 8-1. And just look at what happened last night in terms of Florida losing. Houston very likely can get a number 1 seed. Alabama might lose, as you were talking about with the SEC. Any of these teams are great. Any of these teams could win a national championship. At the same time, any of them can lose their last remaining games. That being said, I do like Houston as a team that can win it, and there is value on that 8-1.
Always a pleasure, my friends. This segment of the Morning Drive is brought to you by the fine folks of
MillersHomeComfort.com.
Locally owned since 1978. 40 years of serving the comfort needs of Hampton Roads. Heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical. One place to go is
MillersHomeComfort.com.
They are the sports professors, Aaron Moore, Doug Tuttle. We appreciate it. Enjoy the weekend. We will talk to you next week, my friends.
Good luck to you.
All right, there we go.
Thanks,
Good luck to all of
Thanks.
us. We need it.
Yes, we do.
Doug Tuttle, man. Doug's getting into some stuff there, Suave.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like you.
Mm-mm.
I mean, somebody who rejects you, you're done.
Yep.
You're just full of, what was the last time you gambled? You put down a couple of dollars. It's been a while.
We did that 55 days of football.
That's it.
Yep.
Shame on you.
Why?
No commitment.
You couldn't do one prop during the Super Bowl swap?
No commitment whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, actually I did. I won the coin toss.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That what you just said right there sums up your entire gambling career. You did you had the Super Bowl, and the only bet you did was the coin toss.
And I'm so glad I did because the Chiefs got ramshackled in the Super Bowl.
Did you win the coin toss?
Yes, I did.
Good work out of you. How much money did you put down?
I
Be
bet
honest.
$50.
$50? What?
Yes.
What is wrong with you?
What did that pay out to?
It paid out to $75. Well, $125 in total.
Look at you, man. And you have
Holy
yet to buy
cow.
breakfast? What's going on here, man? Shame on you.
Y'all should have known something. I did bought y'all bagels that week or the following
Yeah,
week.
but that's like $12.
No,
I mean, I didn't realize
No.
you spent you won $129
Yes, I had.
off of the coin. Forget you. Unbelievable.
At least I won something.
Yeah, here I am pandering for you on the YouTube stream so you could feed your family of 14. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button at Cova Sports TV because we got to feed a family in Newport News. Yeah, you made $125 off of the coin toss.
And after I get food, it went right to bills and family.
Unbelievable.
So I went
stuff.
back to donut again.
All right. Thank you very
Back
much.
to donut.
Back to
Hey,
donut.
this segment of The Drive represented by the personal injury law firm of Williams Deloche. Do you know what to do after a serious injury? More important, what to avoid. Did you know nearly 75% of personal injury victims receive less compensation than they deserve due to early mistakes in the claims process? If you've been injured in an accident or suffer any type of personal injury, my first call, your first call, should be to Williams Deloche, 757-547-5555, or visit them online at wd-law.com. All right, 722 around the corner. Friend of the program. We'll talk some local high school hoops. We'll get his reaction on my hot take that Virginia Tech should be all in on transitioning to the SEC college football. Our buddy Larry Rubama stops by. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
Expect slow-moving traffic heading west on 564 between 64 and Bellinger Boulevard. We're seeing some delays crossing Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel starting at Armistead Avenue heading east on 64 and from Bay Avenue heading west on 64. Bumper-to-bumper traffic on 264 westbound between Downtown Tunnel and Portsmouth Boulevard. And also expect delays on 64 between Little Creek Road and Norview Avenue. I'm Elena Begso on Fox Sports 1310.
Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Williams Deloche. I'm an experienced personal injury attorney, and I hope you don't need my services because I certainly don't like to see people injured on a daily basis. But in preparation for that unfortunate situation, your insurance coverage is very vital to your case. Give me a call today. I'd be happy to discuss your insurance situation for you and your family. That's the most protection you have, and you want to have that ahead of time.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ORDER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's ORDER to 42424.
Right now, the Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
Here's Wembenyama, who's 21, and the blood clot in your shoulder. Now, I know it's not a knee or a foot for a big guy, but this to me it feels like it should be more concerning that maybe nationally it's playing.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan and the Danettes and you.
Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on Fox Sports 1310. Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, it's the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM.
Hey, great to be with you. 727 in Hampton Roads. A reminder, you could follow us on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. The comment box is open this morning. Hank is doing math. I'm having a hard time keeping up. JLo, I may need you to fact check what Hank's got going on. He says 12, 75, 60% of his winnings. You sound like the girl mad about the $30 lunch. That is me. 3 is the lowest common denominator of 12 and 75. 4 out of 25 is 60%. Yes, I did the math in my head. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about, and I already hate math as it is, so I have no clue.
The Warpath.
I think he's talking about the Tech winners, y'all. I think that's what he's talking about.
What?
About what?
Because you remember we talking about Virginia Tech going to SEC?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know. Leave it to Hank.
Yeah, Warpath has chimed in, by the way. He says Tech to the SEC. They could barely survive in the ACC. Yeah, but here's the difference. I'd rather barely survive and get about a $30 million more payout than what I'm getting in the ACC right now. That's the difference.
It's all about money.
Like, look, if you're going to go 6 wins every year, but I'm going to get a nice TV package and a little bit of a payout, I'll take that over what I'm getting right now, which I'm stuck in a deal until, 2036? Whatever it might be. Don't take my word for it. Let's talk to the expert. Larry Rubama joins us, the Virginia pilot, the Daily Press. Good morning, Larry. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. Good morning, fellas. How y'all doing today?
I am great. Before we get into the topic of conversation, talking about college football, obviously I want to talk high school hoops, which you've got your preview out the other day. And if you followed Larry on the X at LH Rubama, you saw his region previews. But I do want to ask you, how's the hip doing? What's the mobility look like? How we feeling?
I'm doing well. I have another meeting this week with my physical therapist, and hopefully I'll be cleared. I actually did. I walked a mile yesterday, and I walked a mile on Monday. So progress.
It's all about progress, Suave. And yours truly did not go to the gym again yesterday. Here is Larry, fresh off of hip surgery, getting more miles in than yours truly is right now. That's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. College football, the meetings, CFP meetings yesterday, the Big 12, and I believe the ACC were attended yesterday. And it looks like no real decision came out of it. There is some conversation about reseeding, how that's going to happen, about more automatic qualifiers for the bigger conferences like the Big Ten and the SEC. Just kind of your overall impression on how you see this moving forward, the college football playoff, number one. And number two, my whole thought is, hey, look, we know the SEC wants to get into the state of Virginia. Everybody knows that. If I am Virginia Tech and I am truly invested into my football program, outside of the buyout and trying to get that money for the buyout for the contract, what is stopping you from putting all those chips in the table and saying, we're going to the SEC?
You know, when you first said, one of your people said, you go there, you barely survive in the ACC. Yeah. But then you mentioned it, money. money. Because I mean, sooner or later it's going to be the SEC and the Big Ten anyway. So you might as well jump in it while you can now, right? But I don't know. I know recruiting wise, it would really, really help Virginia Tech. I mean, imagine being able to go out then and be able to try to recruit kids from our area to say, hey, we're in the SEC. What that does for you, you know. And that's some stats when I heard you guys talking about this. Since 2020, we've had nearly 50 kids from our area in our top 50 that went to Power 4 schools. Three kids went to the SEC. 8 kids went to the Big Ten, and then you had all the rest went to ACC schools, including about 8 that went to Virginia Tech. And so when like you said, if you got a chance to be able to say, hey, we're competing in the best conference in the SEC. Can you imagine what that does for recruiting? I can't go to a Georgia, can't go to a Florida, can't go to those schools like that. But when you say you go into a SEC conference and play on TV and get all this money, then you got to throw NIL. Hey, we're not going to give you $500,000. We can give you $1 million. Mm-hmm. So when you look at when you talk about money talks. Even though you might struggle, you might win 3 or 4 games, might win 1 or 2 games, but people get paid. You'll be on TV getting blown out, but you get paid.
Well, not only that, but if you're looking at the state of Virginia and you look at the recruiting, kids that do not want to leave the state, you're the only SEC school.
Exactly.
Right. You're the only SEC school. So you got a big old spotlight there where you're telling kids you ain't got to worry about that. This is sort of Texas. I know you got Texas A&M now, but, Texas and Texas A&M are 2 schools that are sharing the SEC. That's it. Mm-hmm. Like that's all. So that is a huge recruiting coup when you're talking about that. Larry Rubama is joining us here on the program, Virginia Pilot Daily Press. And, of course, you can follow him on the X at LH Rubama. Let's talk a little local hoops. Great week for a lot of fans here locally who love to follow the high school, and the basketball playoffs have begun. Your initial thoughts going into the playoffs, where you stand right now? Private school has been, underway for about a week, correct? They've already kind of kicked off and they're rolling?
They did the TCIS, they started last week, but the actual state tournament started Monday. And we're not doing too well. I think we only got 2 schools left. I think we got Peninsula Catholic and I think Portsmouth Christian are the only schools left. Some of the other schools lost last night. It'll wrap up on Saturday. But this is the best time. I love this time because almost every night you got something exciting, something to look forward to. But the biggest surprise, I saw last night, you guys touched on it earlier. I can't believe that Killam lost to First Colonial. I also can't believe that Northview lost to Nansemond River. That was kind of an upset because Northview have been playing really well. They had won 7 of the last 8 games. Mm-hmm. They had some pretty big wins. They beat ranked teams like Indian River and Denby. They played Lake Taylor twice. So I thought for sure they might be a team that might be able to do something, but Nansemond River surprised them, and their coach over there, first-year coach Joe Hassel, you might know the last name. He's the younger brother of Frank Hassel, who played at ODU. Yep. But he was able to get that's a huge win for them. But that win for Killam, that win for First Colonial over Killam was huge. You look at it, Killam was 18-3. They'd won 7 in a row. The one thing I did look at as you kept looking back, the only ranked team they beat this year was Green Run, and that was in the second game of the season. So when you play a schedule like that, with mostly beach teams or some of the weaker teams from the Southeastern District, it's going to catch up to you come playoff time. And First Colonial was ready. That was the first time, I believe, since their first region win since 2007. Their first region. It's been a while. Matt Hatfield told me about that one. But that's since 2007, and they go in there and they upset Killam. So that a big win there. But there's gonna be some really good games. Like I said, Class 5, we get all the numbers right. Class 5B is going to be a good one. You got Woodside going to be playing Nansemond River, and I think which might be the best game tomorrow night is going to be Maury versus Kings Fork. That should be a good one as well.
Yeah, man, 5B. If you get an opportunity to go to 5B for a little semifinal action, that's some good basketball over there. No doubt about it. Somebody chimed in on the YouTube stream this morning, the Warpath. John Marshall with a nice win. It was 124 to 50. Why is Sean? What class is John Marshall in? Are they 2 or 1?
Class 2.
What are we doing here? Why are we in class 2?
I know. That's one of the ones where you say, you know what, let us play up. Let us go ahead and play against the bigger teams. Not that might slow them down at all, but at least give them a little bit of competition. But being in Class 2 where they are, it makes no sense at all. They're just, it's ridiculous.
What is Kings Fork?
Kings Forkers, they moved up to they're up to 5 now.
They are 5.
Yeah,
So
they're
are
5
they? Are they 5B?
5B, yeah. They play
Okay.
against Maury. They play against Maury tomorrow night.
crazy.
And then the winner of that plays the winner of Woodside and Nansemond River, which I think will be Woodside. I think Woodside's going to win another state title.
I don't know if you can answer this or not. Is 5B probably the toughest in all the state of Virginia?
I think
Do you
so.
think?
And look, here we're not even just talking about basketball. We're talking about football. Football,
Yeah.
that football, it is crazy. And so, I mean, I would have to say, yeah. I mean, that 5B is, you even take Woodside out of that, and you still have a very, very tough region. And fortunately now, because the way the VHSL has it, the winner of that region gets to go to the state. Whereas before, back in the day, remember when we had only the 3 classifications, only 2 teams got out of the region. So, it's good.
Is that ever going to change again? Because right now you're looking at Class 6. What do you got? You got Lansdowne, you got Western Branch, you got Grassfield, and you've got who else is a Class 6 around? Oscar Smith, right? Is that ever going to change? Because you literally got 18 teams in Class B.
Yeah, no, I don't know. And the thing is, you keep wondering, okay, what if these other schools that we just mentioned, what if they start getting smaller?
Yeah.
Then what happens? Then we don't have anybody in Class 6. But right now, the way it is, I would love to see it go back to 3. But but if not 3, at least go to 4. I mean, I just think 6 classes is ridiculous. It really, I know coaches don't like to hear it. Athletes don't definitely like to hear it, but it waters it down. It waters it down big time. I mean, you got teams that have no business being in the playoffs or been in the playoffs, and they think they did something. And I'm like, you guys barely had a 500 record, and now you're advancing. But that's a whole nother topic.
Larry Rubama is joining us here on the program. You can follow him on the X at LH Rubama, of course, with the Virginia Pilot Daily Press. What are you working on? What should we expect? Look, I'm going to go Elon Musk on you. Give me the 5 bullet points that you're going to be working on this week.
I'm not doing no work. I guess I'm fired. So we got region basketball this week, including most of the finals will be on Saturday. I'll be covering that via the NFHS network. I'll be doing that because I can't go to the games right now. And then next week we got the state track meets, and then the quarterfinals. And then I don't know if anybody check it out in today's paper. You'll see a story I did for Black History Month oh my goodness, I'm getting
was
old.
Was it Jerry Gaines?
Jerry Gaines.
Okay,
Jerry Gaines.
gotcha.
Yep, the first Black scholarship athlete at Virginia Tech. And man, here's a guy who. Man, he's just so humble, man. I love the guy because he's so humble. He's not talking about this, and that. He said, look, when we were raised up as kids, we were told, you can't use color as an excuse. You got to go ahead and go out there and fight. And you need whatever battles you have to face, go through them, and it'll make you tougher. And here's a guy who passes that knowledge on to his students that he still deals with, as well as the athletes. And just an amazing guy. If you get a chance, definitely check out that story. On Jerry Gaines, incredible, and you'll learn also history about his brothers, who are also very, very talented, including one of them that was drafted in actually both were drafted in baseball, and one was one of the greatest athletes ever at West Carolina, and then the other one actually played with the Red Sox. So interesting story about those guys as well.
Of course, you can follow his work on the X at LH Rubama. Always a pleasure when he stops by. J-Lo, by the way, texted me and told me that he is more than happy to pick you up, take you wherever you need to go to cover the high school playoffs. All he's asking is for your handicap pass. That's it. If he could get your handicap pass so he can park close to the entrance, you guys are golden.
I got a question, though. I got a question. What car are we driving?
Do we want to go down this path? Listen, Larry, there's at least 3 different cars that are in consideration for. I don't know what I'm driving tomorrow night, to be honest with you.
Perfect. All right, Larry, feel well, and we'll talk to you next week.
You guys, talk to you next week.
All right, the one and only Larry Rubama joining us here on the radio program. Before we go to the break, very quick, the YouTube stream is up and running. At Cova Sports TV, where Hank has chimed in this morning. He says JMU to SEC. I don't think that's going to be happening. Can't make that transition. Marshall could beat every WNBA team like that. Talking about John Marshall. Warpath says John Marshall has a chance to play one of my favorite local teams. District tournaments are a waste too. Hank is now a Kings Fork fan. He is no longer a Deep Creek fan. And State Wrestling Tournament is
can't
also
beat
this
both
week.
hands.
Hey, State Wrestling Tournament's this week, J-Lo. Perfect for you.
Yep.
Perfect for
me.
There you go. So if you got a comment, put it up in the comment box this morning on the YouTube stream at Cova Sports TV. Hit that like or subscribe button. By doing so, you are given an opportunity to feed a family of Newport News by the name of Suave.
Suave. Come on,
Why
look
you
at the camera,
shaking your head?
Suave. Look at the camera.
Look, Hank is doing calculations.
Yes, you see
for
this,
you.
right? Yes. Unbelievable. I'm looking like, what is he talking about? Then he finally
It's
said
his budget. That's your budget.
My budget.
Hank was talking about Suave buying Bagel Baker. He invested $50 on the bet, so he won $75, then spent $12 on lunch, I believe he said. So, of course, Hank, only the way Hank could do it, made a calculation of what it came out to, percentages and everything else. So, greatly appreciate it.
So be sure to give Hank a call, Suave, because he'll do all your finances for you.
Going to do all your finances, by the way. And Bill has chimed in this morning. Why is a VWC guy wearing a Macon hoodie this morning? Bill,
That's a
good
great
morning.
question, Bill. That is a phenomenal question.
And I have addressed this on this radio program. If I am paying tuition for a child to go somewhere, I'm wearing the swag until that child is out. I am not a Randolph-Macon basketball fan, that is for certain. I am a Wesleyan basketball fan. Wesleyan's got Guilford tonight in the first round of the ODAX.
I saw that, yeah.
Or the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And that's going to be at home.
You going to be there?
At 7 o'clock. No, I'm actually going out of town. I'm going down to Durham, North Carolina.
Durham.
Yeah, you know.
you going to see Belichick?
Well, no, Belichick, Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
He's back from Miami. They wanted me to come. We talked about this. I am
You're the
hired.
pregame hype speech?
I'm more of a motivational speaker. And Duke has asked me to come down to Durham just to kind of get them ready for the NCAA tournament.
I would love to hear one of Johnny D's motivational
Right?
speeches.
So that's what he said. He said, hey, can you come down to Durham? So I'm not going to the game tonight. But, Bill, I appreciate you chiming in this morning. I'll let you know that I will be wearing my Marlins gear tomorrow on the radio program. And then again, at 4:30 in the morning, I just grab what's off the floor. At that point.
You ain't the only one.
And I had the beanie in the car, and I'm like, perfect. I got granimals going on. I'm matching the beanie with the sweatshirt, and we are good to go. Macon and, by the way, Wesleyan are hated rivals. Hated rivals. Yeah. So I made this clear that my daughter attends Randolph-Macon, and I love her to death.
Yep.
Her season is over. Her career is now over. All the Macon gear will start to make it into the closet. Slowly but surely go right back into the
You're
closet.
not going to burn it dirt in the dumpster?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at
throwing
all.
it in the dumpster?
Not at all. There's been a lot of money invested into that education.
And he's gonna wear it.
I will wear it. I'm just going to put it back in the closet.
Exactly.
And look, my Marlins going to make a run, and hopefully they take care of business tonight against Guilford. And then they got Macon coming up. I will certainly not wear Macon gear this weekend
No.
for that matchup. But I got respect for Macon basketball.
I don't think they're on the same side of the bracket, are they? They're on opposite
no,
sides.
they are.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, because Macon is the 1 seed, I believe.
But it'll be a neutral site, won't it?
It's at Salem.
Yeah, that's
They're
what I saw.
one of the rare conferences that do their semis and their finals. Great. Hey, look, great spot though. Salem. They had the Division III football championship at the Stag Bowl was out there a number of years. Salem, Virginia. For some reason, I don't know why historically they picked it, but a phenomenal spot for a lot of these tournament get-togethers. And I've been out there a few times and enjoyed myself and good stuff. But they will probably play Macon. Hopefully, knock on wood, they take care of business tonight. Guilford's very good. Very good. ODAC, Division III, if you get into that, solid.
That's got to be the best Division III conference.
It's certainly, if it's not one, it's number 2. It's right there. And you get a lot of kids from this area that go to the ODAC schools, which is great. All right, 7:43. Look, this segment of The Drive brought to you by SOS, soldonsite.com. 757-460-1111. Does your home have you in distress? SOS will buy any property, any condition. Cash offer within 24 hours. Close within 7 days. Don't stress. Give a call to SOS. 757-460-1111 or visit them online at soldonsite.com. Right around the corner, the fanboys are going to get excited. Adam Peters, we're going to hear from the Commanders man himself talking about trades. It's The Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
Expect slow-moving traffic heading west on 564 between 64 and Ballinger Boulevard. We're seeing some delays crossing Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel starting at Armistead Avenue heading east on 64 and from Bay Avenue heading west on 64. Bumper-to-bumper traffic on 264 westbound between Downtown Tunnel and Portsmouth Boulevard. And also expect delays on 64 between Little Creek Road and Norview Avenue. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
I'm Dr. Mark Cardelia, orthopedic surgeon and surgical director of the CHKD Sports Medicine Program. We see a lot of knee injuries in student athletes these days, and many of these are ACL tears. Parents often ask how to know when a knee injury may be serious. The most obvious symptom is severe pain or swelling in the knee joint. Your child may have heard a pop when the injury occurred. Look for signs they can't put weight on the knee around 48 hours after the injury, or if the knee feels unstable or wobbly. Those are all signs you should see a CHKD sports medicine specialist. Our sports medicine physicians, surgeons, athletic trainers, and physical therapists understand the needs of growing athletes and tailor treatment to fit each child's age and level of activity. Our goal is to accurately diagnose the problem in a timely fashion and provide the treatment that will ensure a safe return to activity. Kids want to play, and we want to help them get back in the game. To learn more, visit chkd.org. Sports medicine at CHKD. We're more than a hospital.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
At SuffolkPoliceCareers.com.
The Fox Sports Radio 1310 new mobile app is designed to bring you closer to the action than ever before. Its features include open mic, get your voice heard, be part of the discussion, and connect with fellow passionate sports fans. 24/7 live streaming, plus contests and giveaways where you can enter for your chance to take home amazing prizes. The app also includes local events and sports news and updates. Download the Fox Sports 1310 mobile app today from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store and experience a new level of sports entertainment. This is Fox Sports 1310. Keep up with the trends. Follow us on X at DriveJohnnyD or Instagram at MorningDriveJohnnyD.
All right, good stuff. Our thanks again to Larry Rubama for stopping by, the sports professors for stopping by. If you missed any of the great segments of this fine radio program, any of the great interviews, check them out on our YouTube page at Cova Sports TV. The Keller Mechanical Audio Vault is up and rolling this morning. The stream is rolling as well. You got a comment, put it into the comment box on YouTube at Cova Sports. TV. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Every time you do it, every time you make a comment, every time you subscribe or get somebody to subscribe, you are feeding a family in Newport News. All right. I think you guys think I'm joking. You actually can make some money off of this.
Oh, I know that.
All right. So I'm trying to help you out, Suave.
I just love a Warpath to my Feed the Suave Foundation.
This is the Feed the Suave Foundation that is going on. The Combine is this week. And we mentioned, 10 or 15 years ago, the Combine was you got a couple of media guys that would show up. Mm-hmm. And then it was just all about, personnel of each team, draft prospects. Now it's become a big deal. This is where a lot of the offseason trades are discussed. Free agency is discussed. All the coaches are coming into town. All the scouts are coming into town. A lot of media members are going into town.
Secret talks.
A lot of good stuff going on, right? It's sort of your first really big off-season meeting for the NFL outside of the Super Bowl, right after Super Bowl week.
Mm-hmm.
Our buddy Adam Peters. You guys are fanboys of Adam Peters. You love Adam Peters. He is the best-looking man in the NFL by far.
Over Cliff Kingsbury?
Over Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Cliff Kingsbury actually looks like an older version of the general manager for Jacksonville. Have you seen it? I just reposted it on the X at Drive Johnny D. The new general manager of Jacksonville. And, of course, we know Jacksonville. We love Come on, give me a little bit of Duval if you don't mind.
Yes, I got
just got to drop it in there.
Duval.
Absolutely. Get a little Duval in your diet. The general manager, I don't even know his name. He looks like he's 12 years old. He actually looks younger than J-Lo.
That says something.
I thought Kellen Moore took that title, but apparently we got to get a side-by-side of the general manager for the Jacksonville Jags and J-Lo and ask our listening audience on the X to Drive Johnny D, hey, who's older in this picture? I think a lot of people would vote for J-Lo to be older.
I mean, how old is he?
He's 29, I believe. He's 29 years old, I believe.
That's young to be an executive. That's incredible.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But look, the NFL is trying to get younger because of all the analytics and everything else. They think the younger, the Gen Zs, it's a little bit past Gen Z, I believe, are the future. Unless you're Vegas and you go hire a 76-year-old head coach and Pete Carroll. Okay.
Or North Carolina hiring Bill Belichick.
Right.
Hey, at least he got a 22-year-old girlfriend, though.
That is true. 24. She is phenomenal. She is glorious. And we're all in envy.
That one relationship, he got what, baby boomers, Gen Z, millennials. He had hit every last one.
I can guarantee you Bill Belichick is spending more than $30 to his girlfriend for lunch.
Oh, that's a whole different situation.
Right? No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. But the general manager, Adam Peters, spoke to the media yesterday, and one of the big topics of conversation right out of the gate was talking about the future of Jonathan Allen.
Kind of decisions and things you have to come up with are always tough, right? And with John, who's been a great player as a commander, as a football teamer and a Redskin, he's been a great person for this franchise for a long time. So you have to weigh in everything, and we looked at internally and okay, what decision do we want to make that we think is best for the team, but also you want to do what's best for that player. So those are tough conversations to have, but you always want to have them civilly, and we have, and his agent's been really good with us, and look forward to coming to a resolution.
We haven't really set any deadlines. We're just going to stay in contact, and we'll meet with him. He'll be here later this week, and Blake will, and so we'll reconvene there. But I think the two main things is we're always going to do what's best for our organization, but we also want to do right by John too, and so those things are important to us.
Here you go. Adam Peters talking about Jonathan Allen yesterday. Going to meet with his agent. It's he's not leaving town. It's not 100% official, but he is a guy who is seeking a trade. He's a guy that was injured, came off the IR. Were you surprised, Suave, to hear that news?
No, I'm not, because honestly, I look at a lot of Washington boards, and I've seen a ton of fans actually say, if you had to get rid of one between him and Deron Payne, they would say get rid of Jonathan Allen, keep Deron Payne. So, and then I'm not surprised by this, and it frees up money. Hey, maybe with this freed up money, we can go after guys like Myles Garrett and others that can help us Washington win and get over that hump. So I'm not surprised at all.
Also, J.P. Finley, who covers the Commanders for 106.7 The Fan, and I think it's NBC.
Yes.
Up at Washington, D.C., had a chance to sit down with Adam Peters. And a little bit of the discussion we had yesterday on the program, talking about Myles Garrett, talking about, hey, we got a little bit of cap space out there, but apparently the Commanders don't have as much cap space as you think, Suave.
You guys had a ton of success last year, a lot of veteran free agents, one-year deals. How different does your outlook to free agency come in this year where you want to get some of those guys back, but you got a lot of cap space too?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as last year. We have a little less cap space, but we really operate more off a cash budget. And so cap space and that stuff is always kind of whatever's on the internet's not always the case. But I think don't really compare this year to last year, but we just have a lot of free agents, and we still have a lot of holes to fill on the roster. We have, I think, the second least amount of players on our roster in the league right now. So we'll be busy, but we want to spend, on Commanders and spend the right way. So that's how we're going to look at it.
How important is it to get a few of those deals done before free agency opens? Some of the guys you've identified as Commanders, keep them in-house.
Yeah, certainly you'd like to do that, and we're talking with a lot of those guys right now. It just depends on what they want to do, and if they want to, if we can come to an agreement before free agency. Some guys want to hit free agency and see what their market is. Some guys want to get stuff done right away. The great thing is the culture that DQ created. There's a lot of guys that want to come back, and we've had a lot of really good conversations with that. And so, proud of that, proud of what DQ's created, and having a lot of guys that want to be Commanders going forward.
Tell us which ones want to come back.
So, look, to my point, Suave, that I brought up yesterday on the program, talking about Myles Garrett, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. I do not believe the Commanders are going to be as active in free agency as you guys think. I think they got some cap space, not as much as they would like, not as much as we think. They're going to take care of dudes in-house first that they want to keep there, that fit a system. Maybe they'll take a little bit of a discount. Who knows? Then they're going to be active in free agency. But I just kind of get the impression in listening to Adam Peters, they're going to build a little bit through that draft. Maybe go out and get one or two free agents, but they ain't going to be sexy picks.
Yeah, I kind of believe what you're saying. We're just not trying to fall into the we got money, get everybody, and next thing you know, we go broke and don't have no money. So, I do believe in Adam Peters because he didn't go get a lot of fans want to go get Brandon Ayuk. He didn't go get him, and we saw how that turned out. We worked what we had, went to the conference championship. So, whatever happens, I believe they're doing the right thing. Like he said, there are people who want to come play for Washington because of Dan Quinn, Jane Daniels, and the fact that the guy that we don't say his name no more because he deserves his name is not there anymore. So the culture is actually looking better than it was before. So I say right now we're in a good place. We're in a good place.
A couple of people on YouTube have chimed in. Warpath has chimed in this morning. By the way, James Gladstone was the name on that GM.
I even sound like a high school kid.
Allen should have been gone after he looked like the bad guy in the Tyler Perry movie. He also says Diami is gone. Yeah, I think we all know that. Hank has chimed in this morning. So Payne won the beef with Allen if 93 is out, and Warpath says fans want to spend like Dan Schneider in 2000. SMH.
Absolutely. And
they do. They're right back to it. Mm-hmm. You got a little bit of taste of victory. Now all of a sudden you think you're one dude away. That's what I told you yesterday. Forget about Myles Garrett. Forget about Myles Garrett. You are not one guy away. What you spent on Myles Garrett, you can plug 3 holes on defense. Maybe 2 holes on defense, 1 on offense.
That is true. Okay. Depending on the money you want to give him, yeah.
Yeah, so you're starting to come around. You're starting to come around.
It's just like it's just that one opportunity type thing. So it's like it is that balance, it's like that 50-50. Like you got Myles Garrett. If you have a chance to get him, Myles Garrett is gonna wreak havoc on defense. But like you said, that same money you would give him, if you get like the smaller piece of guys who are willing to go for it, and you get more players. That's how we got the Frankie Louisville, the Jeremy Chin, and the Dante Fowler 1-year deals, and these guys worked out last year. And yeah, so I'm seeing the 50-50 in it, man.
I hate to say this, Sir Suave, but I think the Commanders need to be selectively aggressive on who they select in a free agency.
Well, maybe we're like Dak Prescott then.
Yeah, very close.
There you go.
Very close.
Very close.
We're very close. What would Jerry say? If I were to ask Jerry, what would Jerry say?
I want me some glory hole.
Absolutely. That's what he would love.
He wants some glory holes.
He wants some glory holes.
Woo!
That's what you go after in free agency. Hour 2 is in the books. Straight ahead, the Power Hour. What's our take on a Wednesday? Suave has confused me. I'll explain. It's the Morning Drive.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. A nice mix of mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies today. High temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Partly cloudy tonight with lows in the upper 40s. Warming to the low 70s tomorrow. We'll see extra clouds, mostly cloudy, with a chance for rain moving in tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, dropping off to the 50s on Friday. For News 3, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Have a great day.
And here's what you need to know.
The Washington Commanders have granted defensive tackle Jonathan Allen permission to seek a trade this offseason. Multiple teams have called about Allen recently, and those calls are expected.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach Awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation and representation. He brings to the table over 30 years' experience in federal and state returns. He delivers personalized, one-on-one service, and he's a certified electronic filer. The IRS likes electronic filers. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service, 455-6763.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis, but if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams-Deloitte, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Obligation offer, 757-460-1111. That's 757-460 all ones. Or visit our website at soldonsite.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while. Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get. Could be lower testosterone. Lower T? Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me. I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real? Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels
to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text JUDGE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text JUDGE to 321-321. That's JUDGE to 321-321.
You're listening to Fox Sports 1310, WGHAM, W265EF Newport News, and WVSP-FM HD2 Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310. This Fox Sports 1310 update is brought to you by...
It's bull time. That's right, the professional bull rider. Brought to you by Pendleton Whiskey Velocity Tour 2025. February 28th through March 1st at Chartway Arena. If you call us, text us at 757-497-1310, you will win 4-pack of tickets for the March 1st event. And tickets will be emailed to the winners. It's bull time, professional bull riding. And it's the Power Hour. Here's your Fox Sports update. Davante Rossi, who was the NBA all-time leading scorer, is announcing her retirement after 20 seasons. She's a 5-time WNBA scoring champion and a 14-time All-NBA selection and lead MVP in 2009 and Finals MVP in 2009 and 2014. Florida in college basketball has lost to Georgia, and they're not going to be number 3, but this may help Georgia go up as well. Now, both teams do return to action Saturday night when Florida play host to number 12 Texas A&M and Georgia visit the Texas Longhorns. And the Commanders have given permission to John Allen, who wants to seek a trade. Now, he appeared in just 8 regular season games in 2024 due to a pec tear, which recorded 3 sacks, 19 total tackles, and 16 pressures. And after returning late in the season, Allen registered 7 pressures in the Commanders' upset win over Detroit Lions in the NFC Divisional Round. Yes, it is the Power Hour, and coming up next, apparently I confused Johnny D on what should take. So let's see exactly what I confused him about. Because it's the Morning Drive with Johnny D. We're powered by Cold Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310. 100.9 FM. We are streaming live on YouTube at Cold Sports TV. Let's get to it.
Broadcasting live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D. Powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm coming. You see me typing over here. Somebody's got to interact with our listening audience. It's a lot to ask J-Lo to multitask over there. We've talked about this. I was typing a couple of messages on the YouTube stream this morning at Cova Sports TV. Great to be with you, 8:06 on a Wednesday. That's Suave. J-Lo, yours truly, Johnny D, The Morning Drive. Take you up till 9 a.m. this morning. You can follow us on the X, by the way, at Drive Johnny D. We want to update our PayServe payroll poll questions coming up here in a little bit. On Instagram and Morning Drive Johnny D, where we are still efforting security for Instagram to figure out what post the boys put up last night that was considered sensitive content and is not allowed for our viewing public. What are you putting on my Instagram page? That's what I want to know.
Even Chris Russell chimed in on our X account about it, and we don't know what exactly was the issue. For real.
I don't know. You hashtag somebody. You should not hashtag.
There was no hashtag.
there were some hashtags in there.
Only thing hashtag I said was Commander Nation, NFL Offseason, Chris Russell.
That's it?
That's it.
I saw a lot.
No, that was
You
it.
better double check that. You're getting me in trouble. I've got a meeting at 9:05 this morning with security for Instagram wanting to know about my sensitive content.
Only thing I have done was I did a title. I did a hashtag and I tagged our sponsors. That's all.
That's it.
That is
I don't know. We better double check the sponsors of this radio show.
Make sure you didn't do the off-brand sponsor or something.
No,
Look,
I did not.
I get some racy stuff sent to me, direct message on Instagram. I'm trying to stay married. Some of the things that are coming across. And I'm afraid you have kind of intertwined some of that.
No, we haven't.
There's a lot of sensitive content on our Instagram page. And if you like that stuff, go check it out at Morning Drive Johnny D. I'm just saying. Whatever gets clicks there, J-Lo. Again, Follow us on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. You got a comment, put it into the comment box. Every time you hit the like button, the subscribe button, you comment, the more traction we gain. We feed a family in Hampton Roads in Newport News by the name of Suave and his 14 kids. Okay.
14 kids, boy. So now I got to go home and explain to my wife. She'll be like, 14?
Yeah. We're just kind of we're trying to make it sound a little bit more dramatic. Suave.
So much for Suave going to 7-Eleven in the morning.
I know. Okay. Hank continues to chime in on YouTube this morning. The scroll of a Cowboy fan named Hank is coming up at 8:45 this morning. Been a lot of bowl and Chartway this year. I'm disappointing in my Monarch Hoop squad. I know a lot of people are disappointed in the Monarchs. Are you disappointed? You're kind of a closet Suave Monarch fan. You do the broadcasts on the women's side for the radio station. You've got a vested interest in them being successful, even though you claim to be a Norfolk State guy, yet you never wear anything beholding the green and the gold on this radio program.
Just like I'm a Chicago Bulls fan.
But you've worn Bull stuff.
When? I wore the hat.
Yeah.
He wears the hat.
You wear the hat. You wear the Commander stuff. But for a guy who pumps his chest out talking about beholding the green and the gold, you don't wear any stuff. You got no swag going on. And we brought that up with Robert Jones during our interview. The coach at Norfolk State was not a fan of giving out swag. You remember his comment?
Yeah. I got so too.
You got to earn that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, Coach. My fault. Just try to promote the product. My bad. I mean, if you don't want to send me stuff, then I won't wear it. But ODU men's hoops, are you a little bit disappointed there, Swap?
Not really.
Not at all. Could care less.
Like honestly, like I asked a question, just like the ODU football team. When was the last time where they really was good? Like I never heard ODU supposed to be really good at football and basketball.
Basketball, they've had a couple of seasons where they've been good and back in the CUSA and then a little bit in Sunbelt play. But as of late, the last couple of years, no, they've been bad.
Exactly.
They're struggling this year.
It's been a little disappointing under Mike Jones. People are expecting a big year, but you got to understand he's got to get his guys in there. It's going to take a year or two.
Well, were they really expecting a big year in year one?
I think ODU fans were.
Really?
Because there was a lot of hype around Mike Jones coming in.
It was. I remember when
But we're not saying Mike Jones is not a good coach.
No,
I think Mike Jones is a spectacular coach. I think it's going to need some time. He's going to need a year to get his guys in.
Yeah.
He's kind of playing with other pieces.
I got to be honest,
right now.
that roster right now,
it's not great.
It's not good.
No, I mean, we put it side by side with UVA's. We talked about this, right? From an offensive standpoint, Ken Palm, where do they rank? Right there with UVA at about 60, 62 points per game. Not a great roster. He's got to have an opportunity an entire offseason now to go out and get some players to kind of fit their roles. Again, though, we've talked about this. All the hype around ODU, yet that school from the north, I believe, and this might have changed, I did not see the scoreboard from earlier this week, sits atop the Sun Belt.
Talking about JMU?
I'm talking about JMU.
Right I think so, yeah. Go
ahead.
Right,
I think there was a South Alabama loss in there somewhere where there they are again, JMU. They lose a lot of talent. They come back. And where are they in the Sun Belt standings?
They are first place.
They're in first place in the Sun Belt.
With Troy a game behind. Troy.
Wow, what a bad conference in basketball. I'm sorry.
Troy is so bad.
Look, the Sun Belt in football is a lot of fun to watch. Basketball, it's kind of a slow grind, right? I hate to say this, but UW Green Bay, they would fit in perfect in the Sun Belt.
I think they really could finish last place, that's for sure.
I don't know. Petty, too soon?
Yes, too soon, man.
Too soon. All right, 8:12 on the program. We'll talk some combine coming up here in about 15 minutes. The scroll of a Cowboy fan named Hank. That's coming up at 8:45 this morning. And no truth to the rumor that we may have a special guest join Hank on his segment this morning.
Oh, boy.
Just saying. It's been brought up in conversation.
Well, we're done.
And, of course, I told you earlier in the program that we're going to close out the show today with the scroll and probably will not be back on the air tomorrow. So we appreciate everybody out there. Thank you very much. All right, 8:13, very quick. What's our take on a Wednesday? Just random thoughts from yours truly. Just things that I witness out and about in public and just kind of want to use this radio show as therapy. And one of the issues I have this morning is Suave has decided on our rundown. For those who don't know, we got a rundown, right? We actually have a method to this madness every day of what we're going to talk about and how we're going to talk about it. So I like to put little notes on the rundown so the boys have an understanding of what the expectations are. And Suave decided to just interject his thoughts into my segment. Like, I got very few segments on the show. I got one segment today. And you decide, I'm going to bull rush Johnny's segment and just put my own thoughts. So go ahead.
The Johnny and Suave segment.
Go ahead, Suave. You
Why
started
is Johnny D bitter?
Yeah, why am I bitter? Exactly. I'm bitter because I got one segment. That's all I got. And you decide to bum rush it. That's why I'm bitter.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No,
you got a thought. Start it off.
All right, so let me just go ahead and start this off, y'all. So basically what it is yesterday when I was leaving the job, I made sure to park my car in an area where sometimes no one can get to or you have special privilege to park there. So basically I'm like, I'll be using the only truck in this area. Mind
You're
you,
talking about this parking lot.
This park,
yep,
yeah,
I know what you're
park,
talking
yeah.
about. Yep.
We have endless parking spots in this area. Why do you have the need to park right beside me? And when you park right beside me, you start to park real close. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show y'all something right now.
Oh, boy.
I am this size right now. Yes, my summer body is coming, but right now I'm this size.
Is that a Tasty Freeze cone on your shirt?
No,
that's hands.
Oh, okay.
So now I got food on my shirt now. I mean, it just sets the whole mood on now.
It looks like,
so this is literally praying hands.
It looked like the top of a vanilla cone.
I'm sitting down. No, I'm sitting down. So why? So me getting to my car and you park like this, ladies and gentlemen. I am not 120 pounds. I literally had to scoot and not hit this car right beside me because you decided to park beside me, even though we have endless parking spots in this parking space.
But my whole thing is they don't know that when you're parking in the spot at 5 a.m. Do you have a sign on the driver's side that says, look, I'm a little bit overweight. Be careful.
How about there's something called parking lines? And you need to fit in between the parking lines.
Look, you're talking to the wrong dude. Again,
Johnny,
I looked at it again this morning. I park, I turn around, and I go, what is wrong with me?
I still have a picture on my phone from like the second month of this show when I walked out there and Johnny was literally, the line was in the middle of the car.
It's awful. Look, it is
never
bad.
posted on Instagram.
It is bad, and I'm very concerned about my parking right now. Seriously, if any family members are listening to the radio program this morning, yours truly needs help when it comes to parking. I can't park anymore. I'm going to park a mile away where I got 7 open spots. I will get my steps in because I do not trust myself anymore. Suave, I think what you need to do is
What's that?
You put a sign on the driver's side of the car that says, park, be cautionary, park at your own, what's the phrase that I want to use?
At your own risk?
At your own risk. I'm a little large. Just put that out on the driver's side so they understand if they get a little bit tight. Look, you put it out there. A little bit of a disclaimer that things may happen to your car if you park a little tight.
This is a tight parking lot, though. The cars are tight in it. It's hard to.
That's why I park far away because of that same reason.
All right, so that's thought number one, but you had another thought too.
Yes.
So you didn't just want to bum rush me one time. You wanted to come back for number 2.
Honestly, I thought we could have more time, but yeah, it was this conversation I had with my friends. We were talking about the government and basically like how people got issues with the government. So they was like, well, we was like, okay, we'll make you happy if the government did this. So we was talking, and the 4 things that everybody talked about was if weekends should be 3 days instead of 2 days. So it should be instead of Saturday and Sunday, it should be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and not go to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, unless it's overtime. Number 2 was this new year, 2026, everybody's credit should be 850, wherever it is. Nobody should erase all debt.
What kind of chat is this?
Hold on a second.
Hold on a second.
No.
So the first thing is you want to now do load management in your regular day life where we only work 4 days a week.
Well, you would love that, though. Don't know.
Johnny, you would be the front
Thank
runner.
you. Yeah.
I mean, the poster child, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying. So you want to do load management, number one, and number two, by the way, if you couldn't control yourself financially over the years, don't worry about it. We got you covered. Everybody's got a clean slate.
Yeah.
Forget about that short sale on your home a couple of years ago. It's all got. Forget what? We forget it. That's old news.
No collections, no debt, no credit. And literally, 25 like they'll be like, we're gonna start everyone with an 850 credit score. Nothing, nothing on hinder your credit score. Another thing we talked about was like taxes. Everyone do their taxes, and a lot of times you make too much money that you pay to have to owe. So what happens if the government say, okay, when we do your taxes this time, we'll put an extra $3,000 into your taxes. So whatever you get back from federal, we'll add money to it.
What is wrong with you?
I'm so lost.
These are conversations you're really having with people?
Yes.
Like what world are you living in?
I mean,
like, what color is the sky in your world right now?
No, we were just saying, like, we were just giving out a random thing that government do. We were just acting a fool, talking about, because someone have issues with the government. What would you do if the government did this then? How would you feel then? Okay. And another one was health care. If everyone had free health care like Canada does, how would you feel for that? Exactly.
Suave, you have gone down a path where I don't even have time to get to what my take is on a Wednesday, so I'm going to save it for next week.
No, how about we do it?
No, we're not going to do it after the break. I want to get some NFL news. The latest on Aaron Rodgers is coming up. I got to get to that, but God bless you, man. I mean, look, I'm behind you 100%. I hope it works out. Let me know how that goes.
Oh, it's not going to go. It's not going to happen.
You don't think so?
Oh, please. The government probably laugh at your face, but really?
Oh, they're laughing.
Oh, they're laughing.
That is for sure.
Yeah.
All right, it's What's Your Take on a Wednesday, brought to you by Suave. Wow. Waterboy has chimed in this morning on the YouTube stream. The morning dump is greater than the scroll. And he said, what the hell Suave talk about in all caps? I'm right with you, Waterboy. I got no idea.
I told you this was a conversation. I said, you know what? I was going to bring it to the show since we had it on.
That's fine. Obviously, this is what you're talking about at the barbershop. And hope it works out for you.
It's not going to work out.
I'm all about the sign, though. Put that sign on the driver's side door. I think every car in America, if you don't want anybody to park too close to you, just put a sign that says, look, I would put it up there. I'm 6'6", 250 pounds. Be advised. If you park too close, I'm not doing like Warpath says, the side step, where you got to kind of.
Yes.
I'm not trying to maneuver like the Matrix to get into my car. I'm not trying to do that anymore. Those days are gone. If you park too close, you get in a bump. It's going to happen. Me matrixing at 6'6", 250, that ain't happening anymore.
See?
You're going to get a little dent. Maybe the 97 hoop degree machine could use a couple of dents. I don't know. But I am happy to hear that baby's going to be up and running tomorrow, possibly.
Potentially tomorrow, yes.
Potentially tomorrow.
We'll see. We'll see the Eagles truck.
I'm excited about that. The Eagle Mobile. J-Lo driving his Eagle Mobile.
You're supposed to be on my side.
He is on your side.
I am on your side.
We've established that the bumper sticker will stay. Grandma will be happy. If Grandma wants to bring in some baked goods, that's even better.
Absolutely.
I highly suggest that if she wants me to go along with this
I can
plan.
effort that.
You can effort
that. You can effort that. Oh, yeah.
All right. This segment of the drive brought to you by the brand new Bagel Baker, baby. Right there at Loman's Plaza, right off the boulevard. Steps away from Town Center. What are people talking about with the Bagel Baker Deli? Man, they're talking about the brand new all breakfast menu, omelets, French toast, lox eggs. They are talking about the oversized sandwiches for lunch. They're also talking about being open for dinner 3 days a week, Thursday through Saturday. For more information, visit them online at bagelbaker.com/deli. Also got a full catering menu that you do not want to miss. A Taste of New York right here in the 757, the all-new BB Deli in Virginia Beach. All right, on the other side, Aaron Rodgers, he's got a new home. I will tell you where it will be. You don't want to miss this. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Bank of America. We're seeing heavy traffic heading west on 264 between City Hall Avenue and Downtown Tunnel. We're also seeing that the off-ramp is partially blocked coming off 264 westbound to Newtown Road. 664 southbound is seeing some congestion between 35th Street and Terminal Avenue. Expect slow-moving traffic on Western Freeway heading westbound between Cedar Lane and 664, and delays on 64 crossing Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel both east and westbound.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach Awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation and representation. He brings to the table over 30 years' experience in federal and state returns. He delivers personalized, one-on-one service, and he's a certified electronic filer. The IRS likes electronic filers. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service, 455-6763.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis, but if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams-Deloitte, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
To send them a text.
Text order to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's order to 42424.
The Doug Gottlieb Show.
Okay, let's start with this. Finally nailed it, Gottlieb. I'm not disagreeing with the sports fan who says we carry around this assumption that the NBA's guys, maybe because they have guaranteed contracts, that they don't show the consistency of effort. But this is in all of sports. And maybe it's working smarter, not harder, but that's not how we like our sports.
The Doug Gottlieb Show.
Weekday afternoons 3 to 5 on Fox Sports 1310. The new home for the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, Suave, and J-Lo on Fox Sports 1310 and Cova Sports TV.
All right, good stuff. Welcome back. A reminder that we are broadcasting live from the OVM Financial Studios here in Virginia Beach. We are serviced by Kellum Mechanical. Keep Hampton Roads families comfortable since 1995. Tell them Kellum Heating, Cooling, Electrical. Did you know they also handle plumbing there, J-Lo, this winter? Pipes could become an issue. Make sure you get them checked out. Schedule a visit today. Go to the website, kellamechanical.com. A reminder, coming up in about 15 minutes, the scroll of a Cowboy fan, Hank, will close out this fine radio program. Tomorrow, happy to announce the Average Joe versus the Pro competition will return. Can anyone in Hampton Roads dethrone the king of sports trivia, that being yours truly? We'll find out tomorrow on the radio program. Also, Marissa's mailbag, little life, a little sports advice from Marissa at Shore Break. She'll be stopping by. And ESPN basketball analyst Bob Valvano will be joining the program tomorrow as we talk a little college hoops. Can we get an update of the polls this morning? The Pacer payroll poll question, if you don't mind, J-Lo?
Yes, sir. Our Pacer payroll poll question of the day.
So kind.
Should Virginia Tech join the SEC? 58.3% of the votes go to no, and 41.7% goes to yes. So we also got a response.
Hell no.
I feel so strong about that.
We got a response from Joe Davis, who seems to be a Virginia Tech fan. He says, "What a dumb question. Like Virginia Tech has a choice."
They do have a choice.
They do have a choice.
See, that's what Tech fans don't understand. You got to do a little bit of research. You have to understand what the SEC is trying to accomplish with expansion. It's all about getting into certain states. The SEC would love to get into North Carolina, and they would love to get into the state of Virginia. Who are you going to grab in the state of Virginia? You're not grabbing UVA.
You sure?
No, you're not. It's not happening.
Okay.
That's not a UVA thing. They don't want to invest in their football program. They don't want to do it.
Over the last few months, they have.
No.
There we go.
How?
That huge donation.
Here we go.
They got one donation,
They have so much NIL money now.
but they don't spend it.
Look at the transfer portal.
They don't spend
Look
it.
at the transfer portal.
They don't spend it.
Look at the transfer
It's
portal.
great
right
to have
now.
all
Pull
this
it up.
money. Oh, you in the transfer portal? Seriously? We're having this conversation again?
Does NIL matter for transfer portal?
Absolutely it does.
Look at the guys we brought in.
Okay.
See?
Go ahead. Rattle them off. Educate
It
me,
doesn't
please.
matter.
It doesn't matter, does it?
Go ahead, J-Lo.
Go ahead.
No, there's more. Hunter Osborne from Alabama, monstrous defensive tackle.
Okay, that's
We got
great.
outside linebacker from Ohio State. I forget the name. I don't have all the names off the top of my head.
Who's the quarterback?
Quarterback's gonna be it's gonna be either Chandler Morris out of North Texas, which that was before we even got the donation, or also Daniel Kalen, I believe the name is from Mountain West School. I can't remember. Off the top of my head.
I'm very excited for you.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me?
I'm not telling
So
you-
what you're telling me is UVA should be knocking on the door for the college football playoff
I'm not
next
telling
year.
you that at all. What I am telling you is they have been spending it.
Okay.
They've been spending money.
Good for them. Finally, I'm happy for them. You noticed the article this week talking about coaching candidates for basketball. That must be nice for Coach Sanchez to be reading these articles all week.
It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of speculation. It sounds like what I've heard recently, my latest sources told me, it's either going to be Sanchez or it's going to be Shaka.
He got sources.
Shaka Smart.
Shaka Smart. That's so here's my thing. As of right now, if I could have Shaka, give me Shaka. That's my number one choice.
Okay. Why?
Look at what he's done with Marquette. He's been so good. He would completely change. I mean, you want to talk about no more embrace the pace. The defense would be gone. It'd be high-powered offense.
I mean, can UVA handle that? Can the fan base handle that? You may score 75 a game. You guys might have heart attacks in the front row. They don't know what they're looking at.
Yeah, well,
Shaka would be great. I don't know what he's getting paid at Marquette right now.
I know. I've heard he likes his situation at Marquette, but he'd be interested. UVA seems to be an attractive job, is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
But Shaka's been up there, and then obviously retained Ron has still been a thing. I've heard
Retained Ron.
I've heard Suave.
Awesome.
I've heard Ed Cooley from Georgetown actually.
Ed
which
Cooley,
I don't,
huh?
I don't know how I
That
feel
would be
about
interesting.
that. I've heard Ryan Odom, but it sounds like Odom's really comfortable at VCU because he likes the fact there's no football program.
No football.
He doesn't have to deal with that.
All the money goes right to
rolling with
VCU's
VCU.
basketball.
Yeah, so he's pretty comfortable with that.
Gunnyman757 has chimed in this morning on the YouTube stream. Says Sanchez doesn't have a snowball chance in hell in keeping that job. I totally agree with that, by the way. I don't think Sanchez. I think it's a slap in the face, honestly, that you still have a search committee out there. You know, put the search committee on the back burner until the season is over, or do what everybody else does. Just have your backroom conversations. Don't make it public that you still have a search committee out there to find your next head coach. Okay? I got 2 for you. You're laughing at the Dawn Staley. I'm telling you right now. I am telling you right
I'd be
now.
to place a bet with you.
Okay.
It won't be Dawn Staley.
That's fine. She will be in consideration. Okay? She will be in consideration. You got sources. I've got sources. I think we have
not going to be the coach.
I think we have proved on this radio program my sources are pretty darn good and hit a lot of the times. I'm just saying there will be names dropped. Dawn Staley will be a name that is dropped for UVA's head coaching job, number 1. Number 2, I'm going to give you another one. And this is a long shot because I think he's probably going to go somewhere else. The associate head coach at Duke, the Lucas kid, Jai Lucas.
Yeah.
That's another name to consider. Hot coaching prospect, good DNA when you're talking about the Lucas family, John Lucas, everything else that goes with it. Has been around the block at some good programs. Just saying, that is a name you may want to start considering if you're UVA. Okay.
So J-Lo, somebody chimed in on our chat, said their sources saying UVA hires Rick.
That's
that's not happening. Look, Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino is so happy right now where he is. St. John's has made such an investment NIL-wise for Rick Pitino. Again,
St.
another
John's
school.
is such a great place to be.
Look,
in my opinion.
for first off, it's not that great of a place.
Yeah, it is. Big East. Come on.
Jamaica, New York, not the greatest place on the planet.
No, but
okay.
It's a good basketball school to be coaching.
Oh, that's where St. John's located, Jamaica, Queens.
Jamaica, Queens. Their on-campus facility is okay. The coaches literally have a coaching office next to the weight room. Like, that is the weight room. It's the coach's office. They don't have the infrastructure. That's what Pitino is bringing in, is a lot of cash, courtesy of James Dolan over there at the MSG. And they play their marquee games at Madison Square Garden, which you can't beat, but also at Carnesecca Hall on campus. It's not the greatest facility, but they got a lot of NIL money. And Pitino is a phenomenal coach. And if you get a chance, Tuesday nights, Vice TV. Just saying. The behind the scenes with Rick Pitino.
Yeah, yes.
Unless you do not like cussing like in the J-Lo household, forget about watching it. Because every other word is bleeped out. Is an F-bomb or an S-bomb. But Pitino, I give him credit, man. Got a lot of energy still. And I don't think he's going anywhere. I think St. John's gave him a life raft after Iona. And I do not think he is going anywhere. Hank has chimed in. Bennett is a chump. Quit late to give Sanchez a job. Gunny man. That is true. I mean, that is what he did.
It is what it
he
is.
Made sure he gave Sanchez that opportunity. And Hank has also said Shaka at Marquette, NEC for ODU, Siena, and Fairfield. Okay. We're not talking Northeast Conference basketball on this radio show. I find it hard to believe that Shaka would leave Marquette for UVA. But, look, he left Texas for Marquette.
Yeah.
Now, he's from, I think, that area.
He is.
So it's a little bit different. And Marquette's been a top 10 program. So again, it comes down to money. I don't know what type of money UVA is willing to invest into their basketball and football programs. We will find out. But back to my point, the SEC wants a footprint. Carolina's going to go to the Big Ten. Just mark it down. Forget about it.
Please.
Notre Dame, never going to leave independent.
No.
There's no reason to. You got your own TV package. You are perfectly fine. Why you got to share the revenue? People will consider you to be in, that's the elephant in the room, right? The golden goose is going to be Notre Dame, but that would be a Big Ten as well. The SEC, when they expand, it's going to be the state of Virginia, and it's going to be Virginia Tech. Okay? That's where it's going to be. 8:37 on the program. Got some combine news. Have you seen the latest with Aaron Rodgers?
What now, man?
What do you mean, what now? So we know the Jets do not want Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, we know that.
There have been Shedeur Sanders, as we mentioned, has been a topic of conversation for the Jets, courtesy of the NFL draft. A lot of quarterbacks still out there in free agency, but one has been linked to the LA Rams, where Matthew Stafford is looking to get out. He has been seeking a trade or an opportunity to look at his value in the marketplace. Rams said, fine, do what you got to do. We know Cooper Kupp is not happy with the fact that he will not be back with L.A. And Stafford, still $50 million is a lot. So you got the Raiders in play. You got the Giants are in play. Pittsburgh is in play. A lot of teams that look at it suave as I can rent a quarterback for 2 years, bridge that gap, bring in a young guy, and then we're that close, right? Yeah. We're a quarterback away, we feel like, from being in the playoffs and possibly contending for a Super Bowl. Pittsburgh would be one of those.
Yeah, I said they're probably number one.
The Giants are not.
Please.
But Aaron Rodgers still feels like he could play in the league. People still feel like he's got the arm strength. He's got the IQ, no doubt about it, to play in the league. Mobility is a little bit questionable. But I've linked him to Sean McVay and the Rams. That if Stafford leaves, you get a 2-year gap, a bridge, with an Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, got a couple of weapons on the outside of the Puka Nacua. You got a good running back, and who's that, Kyron Williams?
Yeah.
You got a great offensive line. You got a phenomenal defense that you built through the draft last year. Aaron Rodgers getting linked to possibly going to the Rams. You like it? You don't like it?
So let me ask, I asked the question this. Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy G. That's the question right there.
Oh, come on. Jimmy G is washed. What do we still have a conversation
so is Aaron
about?
Rodgers.
Aaron
Rodgers is very washed.
Both, trust me.
This is what the question is right now.
You may think Rodgers is washed.
No,
man, Jimmy G has been washed, repeat, rinse, washed again, right?
So he never got to the dryer.
It's time for the repeat.
He never crossed to the dryer yet.
Come on.
He's still getting washed.
Rodgers is a little, like Rodgers has been washed, but he hasn't been fully dried. Right? He's being air dried right now.
Okay.
Jimmy G was washed. You mixed whites with pink, right? It's miscolored right now. It ain't looking pretty. You can't put Jimmy G in that category. Shame on you. No, you're better than that.
That's why I'm asking the question.
You're better than that.
So I would say, then yes, I'll go Aaron Rodgers because that's why I'm asking. Because they still got Jimmy G that for some reason the NFL just believes in Jimmy G. They just believe in him. They'll look at that. He was the back of the Tom Brady. He went to the Super Bowl with the 49ers. They just believe he's still a starting quarterback, which means they should go after Aaron Rodgers if they want him, if Matthew Stafford leaves. Because Jimmy G is not what people think he is. The defense helped the Nines get to that Super Bowl. So, yeah.
The one thing about the Giants, we're talking about Stafford, is Joe Sheen and Brian Dable have to win now, so they got to get a veteran quarterback. They're not going to go draft a Cam Ward or anything like that. So that, from a Stafford perspective, Russell Wilson is still out there. Justin Fields is still going to be out there. But I like Aaron Rodgers in L.A. I like him in a Sean McVay system. I really do. And he's an LA guy, or he's a, he's a California guy.
Kid.
That's where he grew up. That's where he's from. That's where he's comfortable.
He wanted to pay for the Niners, but they said no.
They said no. No, they're fine with Brock Purdy. You notice nobody's really talked about Brock Purdy.
I have not heard not one thing about him.
A little bit under the radar. Last year, right? He's in the last year of his deal. He's a guy that's going to want to look for the bag. I think this year hurt him a little bit, although number-wise he wasn't as bad as people think. But we have not talked a lot about Brock Purdy, so we'll see.
And with our Warpath,
wow.
Jimmy G over Derek Carr.
You know what's funny is I turn my back for a second on the YouTube stream, then I turn around, it's just filling up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Jimmy G, better than Derek Carr, Warpath says. Jimmy G still in the hamper, according to Hank. And wasn't Jimmy G like 6 for 8 passing in the NFC title game? That was like 6 years ago, wasn't it?
Yes.
My God. Warpath, come on. All right.
Some people still believe he's an NFL quarterback.
They still believe.
They still believe.
They still believe in Jimmy G. All right, a reminder, this segment of The Drive brought to you by Pacer Payroll Solutions. The polls are open right now on the X. Our Pacer Payroll poll questions of the day. The voting is still open on the X at Drive Johnny D, on Instagram at Morning Drive Johnny D. You could also chime in on the chat box this morning on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. 8:42 straight ahead. We close up shop. Woo, boy, ladies and gentlemen, the scroll of a Cowboy fan is coming up. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Bank of America. Expect heavy traffic heading west on 264 between City Hall Avenue and Downtown Tunnel, as well as heading eastbound approaching Downtown Tunnel from Des Moines Avenue. We're seeing some congestion on 664 southbound between 35th Street and Terminal Avenue. There's been a crash on 64 eastbound between the 64 HOV lane and 264. And we're seeing some congestion on 564 westbound between 64 and Bellinger Boulevard. I'm Elena Begso on Fox Sports 1310.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach Awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation and representation. He brings to the table over 30 years' experience in federal and state returns. He delivers personalized, one-on-one service, and he's a certified electronic filer. The IRS likes electronic filers. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service, 455-6763.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis, but if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams-Deloitte, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Pain in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. At $65 per joint, per injection, it's probably the most affordable pain relief option available that actually works.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex Google reviews will tell you more.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Michael Vick, what would be a successful season?
Double the amount of wins that we had last year. You know, as I watched the film and I watched those young men, they competed hard last year. They put forth a lot of effort, but we all acknowledge it's a little bit more that could have been done. Those guys, they talking, championship. And that's the way they supposed to think, and that's the way they supposed to talk.
Michael Vick. Hear the Dan Patrick Show, weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on Fox Sports 1310. Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, it's the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310 a.m. and 100.9 FM.
I tell you, one story that came out yesterday afternoon that we did not touch on there, Suave.
What's that?
Did you see the possible return of one Rob Gronkowski?
Yes, I saw that. And also J.J. Watt, too.
Gronkowski is how old? How old is Gronkowski?
Maybe like 35.
He's not too old.
No, he's not.
Not too old. A little bit banged up towards the end.
Yeah, he's 35.
35 years of age.
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand. Like, you got a pretty good gig. You're doing the Fox NFL Sunday, which I'm told they're going to be replacing not only Terry Bradshaw here soon, but also Michael Strahan and Jimmy Johnson. You're doing a lot of commercials. But these guys, man, they got that itch. It's hard to get rid of it. But I saw that story yesterday. I also saw that Davante Adams will possibly follow Aaron Rodgers to LA if that happens. Which, look, Davante Adams, you need to get more friends.
I guess his only friend Aaron Rodgers. I
don't know what's going on with Davante Adams, but you need to get more friends. What's going on with you, man? Khalil Shakur signed an extension to Buffalo. Was happy to see that. Had a fine year. And trouble in Baltimore, man. You saw the Baltimore GM came out yesterday talking about Mark Andrews is probably out.
Yeah.
Probably not going to return to the Ravens.
That's so sad, too.
He called it serious concerns regarding the Justin Tucker situation, which means the Ravens will be in the market for a kicker. And Lamar Jackson apparently calls the shots. They were talking about how he's very involved in personnel decisions, that he loves dudes from the state of Florida, which, okay, that's pretty smart talking about football players, but kind of put it out there that maybe Lamar Jackson has too much of a voice in that room for the Baltimore Ravens. Just saying.
Well, I want to get some better weapons on our receivers. Okay.
All right. Let's, is it time? Are we good? Do we have somebody on the phone?
It's time, but the
What's
question
wrong?
is,
What's
do
wrong?
we allow this other person at the same time as well?
Why not? Well, if he's going to be on, he's got to join by the link.
He is.
He's going to join by the link. Okay.
Okay.
But joining us right now, ladies and gentlemen, we do it each and every day.
Oh, boy.
It is backed by popular demand. It is, once again, the scroll of a Cowboy fan named Hank.
3, 2, 1. Time to open the scroll.
He has returned. He is the face of the Dallas Cowboys. We know he's on Jerry Jones' payroll. And I've been told may have a spot on the next season of Landman. Our buddy Hank has returned. Good morning, Hank.
Hey, I take it. Anytime anybody wants to put green in my pocket, I'm down.
Okay.
So, hey, I'm glad you brought up Khalil Shakur?
Yeah.
Because we always talk about weaponry and stuff like that and who's got great weaponry. He led the Bills last year with 76 catches for 821 yards. And get this, y'all, a career high 4 touchdowns. That's your best wide receiver. So
absolutely,
Josh
is.
Allen is your MVP, Lamar fans. Did you guys happen to see who won the Westminster Kennel Dog Show?
No, I did not. I am so sorry.
Monty, Johnny.
Monty.
Monty the Schnauzer won the dog show. So
Good to know.
What
were the odds on Monty? What were the odds?
I think they were 15-1. I think he was a multi-time blue ribbon winner of local. I don't know, man. I'm just making it up at this point. But you asked me, so I wanted to come correct. You guys are talking about the Steelers. There's a scenario where Dak Prescott could have been the Steelers quarterback this year. And you know how that would happen? All Jerry had to do was not sign him the day of the Cleveland game, and he would be a free agent. Now, the question I have for y'all, would you rather have Matt Stafford or Dak Prescott as your quarterback?
Matt Stafford.
Ha! That's all I needed to
Didn't
hear.
take it
I didn't even hardly get it out of my mouth, and y'all got it, man. So, yeah, I mean, we're stuck with the guy. If we draft a quarterback, we still got to pay the guy for 4 years. So, I mean, what are you going to do about it, man? I'm broken. I'm hurt. So,
well, look, because you're hurt, I'm going to bring you a little bit of relief.
All right.
That's what I'm going to do for you this morning. It is a popular segment where people want to take part in your segment. Our buddy Paulie has joined in. He wants to say hello to his buddy Hank this morning. Good morning. There he is. Sitting
to the W, baby. Hail to the W, baby.
Hail to the Windsor.
Yeah. Hey, what you think? Hey, what you think is going on right here? Hey, you ain't moving him on my block, baby. This is my time. You go back to 7 o'clock, buddy.
Man, Paulie looks like RuPaul tells him he's doing too much. Look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta keep this clean. Let's keep this clean,
you got
please.
RuPaul's phone number though. So what you talking about, bro? Anyway,
you were
man.
right. You were right,
send this
Paulie.
dude back
You
to
were right.
7 o'clock, bro. Ain't nobody trying to hear what you talking about,
Hey,
bro.
you was right. I was in prison. I was serving him his breakfast tray. So yeah.
All right, look. Stop. Hold on, we gotta pause these two. We gotta swap. We
You was
gotta
washing my drawers too.
You got a meeting coming up.
He was washing the whole black drawers.
J-Lo, we gotta mute these guys. J-Lo, how do we mute these guys? Hold on. We gotta mute him.
Let's take a minute here.
Okay, we gotta mute these guys. Look. We thought it was going to be a good idea, but apparently it's not going to be a good idea. These two
I have 12 kids, y'all. I gotta feed my family.
Now, Hank, look, Hank, this is your segment.
I love Paulie.
Paulie is a big fan of Hank's segment, so let's kind of keep this cordial.
Paulie knows it.
Do not talk over each other, please.
Yeah.
Let's try to make this civil, all right? By the way, Paulie, because I'm working on my Urban Dictionary, what is that you are smoking in your car right now?
It's spliff. He's smoking a spliff.
What is it called?
Johnny D.
Split?
Johnny D. See, what you were doing in the Urban Dictionary, they call dry snitching. Okay?
Yes.
I knew that was coming.
I did not know that. I thought it was. Oh, my bad.
Dry snitching.
Take your notes.
That's on line number 1 in the Urban Dictionary. Dry
Okay,
snitching.
my bad.
Right?
My bad. I learned something new every day on this radio program. I got you. Paulie, do you have a question for Hank for his scroll today? How about a question for Hank that he can respond to?
You really think I got a question
Don't
for
get your
Hank,
willy
man?
pack, bro. Don't get your willy pack.
I'm trying to
Don't get your hair
be
bopped.
as nice and as professional as I can. And y'all gonna ask me, do I have a question for Hank, man? Come on. Hey, I got a question. Say what?
Paulie looks like the guy who who's telling you how he lost his part-time job when you're just trying to take out the trash.
Come on. I mean, what are we doing?
Okay,
what are we doing? We're not throwing insults. We don't need to have insults.
Coming from the guy who picks up my trash.
How long does it take you to get a question out, man? Follow directions.
I don't got a question for you. I just want to know.
You
want to drive a Paulie and friends. We out of here.
Come on.
You ain't had nothing since you got here.
All right. Look, we're gonna have to. This is what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to mute the both of these guys. Not working out. These two cannot play nice in the sandbox together. We have established that.
It's great content, though.
It is great content. Now, look, Paulie is still yelling at me. I'll unmute you real quick, Paulie.
I'm really holding back right now, man.
I know you are.
I can tell. I can tell.
Man.
If you want to say,
I'm really trying not to get this show shut down. Honestly.
Okay.
Please.
Honestly.
We appreciate it.
I got 12
Paulie.
kids.
Appreciate it.
Honestly, but exactly, man. You know what I mean? I really am, man. So go ahead, say what you got to say, man.
Oh boy.
The scroll ain't about nothing, anyways. Go ahead. So go ahead.
Okay.
Some of us live in the kingdom.
Go ahead, do your scroll.
Some of us live in the kingdom, and some of us live in the pooper.
Okay. On that note, all right. Look, we got to shut it down. For today.
we got.
I hate to say that we're gonna have to shut it down for today. As I told you, look, I told our listening audience, man. I was no. They're throwing Wakefield type of signs at each other. I do not know what's going on. I apologize. This was a bad mistake on my part. I'm 100% accountable for the scroll being at 8:45 and then bringing Paulie in. I thought two adults, one being a Commander fan, one being a Cowboy fan, could coexist in the same world at the same time. It cannot be done. It cannot be done. So, to respect each of them, Suave, from now on, the scroll remains in the 7 o'clock hour.
Uh-huh.
The morning dump remains in the 8 o'clock hour. We cannot, as we like to say, cross swords.
Yes.
The swords cannot cross at all. We cannot do that. So we greatly appreciate the scroll of the Cowboy fan Hank this morning. as part of this fun.
What kind of stroll we have? But okay.
You know Hank, man, he gets on those random thoughts. Although, hey, you guys agreed with Hank this morning on Matthew Stafford.
No question.
He
No
would
question.
be a better
Zero
solution in Dallas instead of Dak Prescott. All right.
Absolutely.
And our thanks to Paulie this morning. I apologize for outing him, but he is on YouTube. I mean, am I really outing a guy that's on YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, look, it's been fun. You guys enjoy the show tomorrow. I will not be here. I think I'm going to be out tomorrow. I think I've got a call with management here in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'll be with you.
It's going to be spectacular. So for Suave, hey, J-Lo, enjoy the show tomorrow. It's all yours, bro.
It's all yours.
Johnny D, The Morning Drive, Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. See you.